to stop going back to you. Back to you. Back to you. Back to you. I have to stop going back to you. Back to you. Back to you. Back to you. To you, to you, to you, back to you, back. I have to stop going back to you, to you, to you, back to you, back. I have to stop going back to you, to you, to you, back to you, back. I have to stop going back to you, to you, to you, back to you, back. I have to stop going back to you. 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 I like to start going back.
Hey there, travelers. My name's Kai. Welcome to Proudly Radical. If you're asking me, Trey, I can show you in shared content what the full version of that looks like. Let's just say somebody drew it for me. There you go. It's in shared content. Hey, Panda. Hello, everyone. It's essentially a party version of my spirit animal. That's how that works. So did everybody have a good weekend? Did everybody actually do something with their weekend? As in something good for yourselves. Not necessarily productive, not necessarily, maybe you just lay there and watch TV all weekend. That can be as good for you as, thank you, Ace. It could be good for you as just about anything else. Nice, Taco. Nice. That's as good as anything to do. Played the new Assassin's Creed for 20 hours. Panda, what do you think of it? Oh, how in the fuck is that? Oh, okay. Sorry. makes sense. What do you think of it? Because I got to tell you, I've really, really not liked the last few Assassin's Creeds. As Assassin's Creed games, right? Like, Odyssey and Origins would be fine if they were anything other than an Assassin's Creed game. But the fact that they build them as Assassin's Creed games is what bothers me. They were, I don't know, something else. So, is it a return to form? Is it more of the same? Yeah, let me know, because I'd be interested to know. I'm not going to buy it one way or the other, because fuck Ubisoft. That's all I have to say on that. Valhalla was the final nail in the coffin, says Tuna. All right. Absolutely fantastic, but also advice and more of the same. All right, then it is exactly what I expect. Yes, hey Brianna, Ubisoft is an awful company. I think all the AAA video game manufacturers can be described as awful. Interesting. So that's what happened there. I saw that there had been something happening there. But I didn't see the resolution, Tuna, that in fact it was a swatting. The swatting thing terrifies the shit out of me, quite frankly. Especially as a streamer, especially as, people have died. Streamers have died because of the fucking cops getting called in because of that shit. But yes, there's plenty of jokes to be made about it being Ubisoft, of course, that had happened to. Yeah, I wasn't aware that that's what actually, quick is a dangerous mouse and keyboard, shoot him. Hey, it happened. I mean, that's, it's fucking terrifying, but it's the truth. So yeah, I wasn't aware that was the resolution to that they had been swatted. That kind of sucks. Stretch. It's a little early for a stretch, beyond. I just sat down. Jesus. Cut a brother some slack. Throw me a hydrate or something. I was going to make some turmeric tea before I came on air. Hey, Sir Stan, I saw you join the Discord server earlier today. Is that you in your profile? Is that you in your profile photo, Sir Stan? Just curious. Feel free to lie. Yes, it is. Cool. Well, that's just discouraging for Valhalla gameplay, Tuna. I gotta tell you. Hey, welcome, Trekkie. That's just discouraging for Valhalla gameplay more than anything else. Dude, I miss the days of old on those games. I really do. All right, so... And of course, I saw the cops not do a whole lot of jack shit done by the cops. That I saw. Yeah, I've been around for a little while. Podcasting, long before that, writing, existing. But welcome, Trekkie, nonetheless. We're just getting started, just getting warmed up. And so, usually things kick off around the 45 to hour and a half territory for this stream. Things get a little wacky, shall we say. Fucking anarchist Trekkie symbol. History grad student. All right, cool. And judging by your follower count, you've been doing it for a while. I got sick of my podcasting network. That's why I'm here. Basically, is a few months ago. I started with a few months ago. There was an exodus. A few of us from our podcasting network came over to Twitch to sort of start anew. It's January. That's not bad. It's not bad. Let's see. 3, 5. Yeah, I'm on track to hit those. And he took us with him. Yeah, goddamn right I did. And the quality podcasters too. That's straight up. That fucking network needs to die. That's all I gotta say. I wish I'm American. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah. I don't know how many of the OGs there were. I think, just looking at the Discord community, I think maybe 19, 20 of us came over. F in chat to all Americans. You're not kidding. You ain't kidding. So let's see. Is there any headlines I want to talk about? Well, when Sue comes around inevitably, in a few hours, America is fucked. Yes. I've got one for him. Right to repair passed in Massachusetts. Another down ticket win. Just like the constitutional amendment. Preaching to the choir, Trekkie. Preaching to the choir. Another down ticket win for electoralism. I mean, it ain't everything, but down ticket voting is the only way to make progress, it seems like these days. And so right to repair passed in Massachusetts, specifically question 1, which requires starting model year 2022. Same, Trekkie. Vehicle manufacturers have to provide the exact same set of tools, diagnostic tools, and any other sort of equipment that they would provide to a manufacturer-authorized facility to independent repair shops and third parties. And so things like Tesla now have to start kicking down with all of their tools, their manuals, their diagnostic software. All of that sort of stuff is going to be required in Massachusetts. And once it's required in one state, you'll see a knock-on effect happen and you'll start to see stuff elsewhere. Will right to repair reverse the new iPhone hardware coding? Not yet, but we're getting there. Yeah, we're getting there. This is, it's all baby steps. It's all incrementalism, but right to repair is making progress. Not at the speed any of us want to see it make its, go, but it's definitely making progress. It's going forward, not backwards. So take it as a win. That's all I have to say on that one. When they're going to legalize Mary Jane worldwide, everyone needs a good toke. Good luck. Me trade, it's illegal. Yeah, I live in Nevada. Like, it's recreational here. We don't give a shit. Yeah, I've been breaking the law. And the black market's still just as active here in Nevada, due to the tax. Only if the cops catch me. That's the truth. I became an electrician to increase agency over the electronics I own. That ended long ago, though. You'd be surprised what you can do, though. You'd be surprised what you can do. That's my state, New Jersey, including me, helped pass legalization. Oh, Jersey, huh? Vermont by birth, but I'm out in Nevada now. I'm in Las Vegas, Trekkie, but Vermont, New Hampshire, Maine, Tennessee, Arizona, Nevada, and those are just the ones I lived in. The ones I've, spent time in count up to 48, so. Help me pass legislation legalizing weed recreationally. I'm already on medical marijuana, but it'll be way easier when it comes legal, period. Yeah, and then taxes go through the fucking roof. There's a tax difference in our state, at least, between the recreational and the medical marijuana. And so you may want to stick with medical marijuana, actually, depending on if New Jersey implemented a tax break, depending. Look into it. But you seem to be involved in the legislative side of that already. You may know off the top of your head. But that was certainly the distinction here in Nevada was if you've got a medical card, you pay less taxes. And you go to the front of the line in most stores. They get their own sort of service in most stores. So, yeah. But, yeah, it's... hey, Zero! As good as I can be with all of my physical bullshit, right? How about you, Zero? You do get a discount because you're on Medicaid. Interesting. That's not a thing in Nevada. They don't give a Medicaid break. I think veterans, seniors, and medical get tax breaks here. Hey, Trekkie. Um, Mine is progressive small fiber neuropathy, so I'm constantly in pain. Burning, pain, tingling, yeah, all that fun stuff, right? Interesting. Zero's got, I love you too, Panda. Tourette's, ADHD, OCD, anxiety, depression, and autism. Hey, Trekkie. And severely nearsighted. You myopic bastard. Zero and Trekkie. I don't know if you two, have anything to discuss, but Trekkie, I also have terminal queerness. Yeah, mine isn't terminal, but yeah, I'm definitely on the gay side of things. But zero diabetes, one kidney, thyroid issues, and lung scarring from pneumonia. Lovely. Welcome, Broken Club. Fucking, and then there's like Mitre, who seems like weirdly normal despite being the weirdest one of us all. Love you, Mitre. I'm what the kids refer to as non-binary. I'm very binary. Panda, we're all broken, and that's why I love you fuckers. Dude, I've known those kind of people. Seriously, like high school sweethearts, 2.5 kids, a dog, a literal picket fence in one instance. They're no fun. They just aren't. They're boring as fuck. I gotta tell you, I much prefer the kind of community I'm building. Considering myself, just need a gig to transfer to. Oh, interesting. Mitre would. Normal people are boring. Exactly. We're like the island of misfit toys. So you'd go down to Canberra, Mitre. You'd leave your Sydney haven and travel on down to Canberra. So I am tired. I've been up since the early AMs. I'm fighting a headache. Cat, bless the normies. I'm fighting a headache, and I'm sort of, a little out of it. I'm thinking partway through this stream. Oh, Mitre, I'm thinking partway through the stream, I'm going to down some kava. Mitre, I figured out how to make the kava work for me. It's still the worst tasting thing I've ever tasted in my life, but I figured out how to make it work. And damn, does it work. Can I talk? But Tommy, you, by all means. You have a bunch of great, oh, nice. I don't get migraines. I just occasionally, knock it off with this here. Hang on. There's the snowflake quote, or about the term snowflake. Yeah, Tommy, get on into Discord. Educate me. I'd love to have the conversation. Actually, you know what? After the, you pick a topic. No. You came into my channel. Yeah, Trekkie, go for it. Yeah, if Nazis don't want you dead, you're boring. You're definitely doing something wrong if they don't. Yeah, by all means. Where's Kay at? We need popcorn. You want me to text her? Yeah, because I don't see her online. No, please, Tommy, educate me about whatever's on your mind. I'm constantly looking to further myself, to expand my horizons. Why do I care? That's the question. Can you provide me photographic proof of Hunter Biden with multiple confirmations having a satanic tattoo on his back? 2, why should I care? Today, Grumpy taught me that pipe in French means Ikabi. So saying pipe in French is slang for blowjob. Interesting. Nice. No, I'm not a Marxist. I'm an anarchist, Tommy. Little bit of education. There's a difference, a world of difference. But you know, hey, who's got time for definitions and knowledge? No, that's not what cognitive dissonance means, but it's adorable you think so. Why don't you jump on air? I'd love to have the conversation. Jump into Discord. Please educate me, school me, melt this snowflake. Let me bask in the greatness that is your intellect. I shall prostrate myself before your magnificence, your galaxy brain. You know, again, your question, hang on. Why does Hunter Biden have a satanic tattoo on his back? One, you've yet to prove he does. And two, I don't care. Bless your heart, Tommy. Bless your heart. Hey, Zealot. I think it's all bark. No bite. It's absolutely just, it's dumbassery. It's talking about a supposed satanic tattoo on Hunter Biden's back. I mean, in the realm of shit that doesn't matter. Oh, no, see, that's not how things work, Tommy. If you make a claim, you have to substantiate that claim. See, that's not how reality works. If you say Pluto has a non-elliptical, non-solar orbit, you have to put up the evidence to prove that, right? See, you have said that Hunter Biden has a satanic tattoo on his back. Prove it. Then we can discuss why it even matters. Oh, Tommy. You poor thing. You really think that this is... Oh, yeah, of course, Day. Yeah, by all means. You're boring, Tommy. You're boring. Google is part of Deep State, I thought. Shouldn't you be using something a little more privacy-centric? Oh, I know, Zero. One of the interesting things is that most people don't get taught the total number of concentration camps that the Nazis built. 1,094 or 1,096. Either way. Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. What does it look like? Did you design it? You display pic. Oh, I didn't even look at this genius. Oh, this is like quintessential boomer energy here, Tommy. Tommy Tatum News with 2 followers. Investigative journalist, local independent news. First Amendment enthusiast. All right. Well, let's start looking you up, Tommy Tatum News. Oh, look, Facebook. Always a useful one. Hey, thanks for the follow up. Ancom, Psycom. Well, it looks like you're Hawaiian based. Yep, Kauai. Again, I'm an anarchist. Tommy, you need to learn these basic terms. Tinfoil, definitely, Panda. I'm not sure if it's a little crazier based on what I'm looking at here, but definitely tinfoil. No, Tommy. See, you're a bratty submissive. See, you're acting out and attempting to get an authoritarian reaction. I'm anti-authoritarian. Thank you, the one. I'm anti-authoritarian. I'm not going to ban you for just acting out like this. It's just not going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm not going to add to your confirmation bias. I'm not going to add to your victim complex. Sorry. Which radical beliefs, the one? Oh, okay. Bye, Tommy. I'm sure I won't remember you by the end of this stream. Good luck. God bless. First thing I hear is, see, you're a bratty submissive. This is my chat, my kind of chat night. Yeah, exactly, Lynx. Yes, no, Tommy, stay. You have so much to teach us. Like conflating communism and Marxism and anarchism. It's you know, and why Hunter Biden has a supposed alleged satanic tattoo on his back. Please stay. You add so much to the discourse. Hey, remember that dude? What was his name? Jake? Well, you see, the one, this is the problem. Yeah, okay, exactly. You don't actually know my beliefs. Let's see. Would I hear some good news? Yes, Zero. I would like to hear some good news. I'm an anarchist, first and foremost. Jake from State Farm, exactly. I'm on the road to socialism, learning more about the workplace democracy by the day. Fuck yeah, Zero. Redemocratization of the workplace is one of the more important things we need to hammer all the time. I don't know the difference between Marxism and communism, but I know anarchism and communism are different. Hey, then you're leaps and bounds ahead of Tommy, the one. Congratulations. You're like miles ahead of Tommy. It's kind of Jake? I forget his name. Either way. Okay, so anarchism is a wide river with many contributing streams and tributaries, right? There's practically as many different forms of anarchism as there are people. But what you have to understand, the beating heart of anarchism, as it were, is a collapsing down of hierarchical power structures into a heterarchy and a philosophical challenging of power and authority, right? So it's a lens of analysis, it's a tool, it's a modality of thought. This is how you can then apply anarchism to other things. You can bring it to horticulture, you can bring it to technology, you can bring it to politics, economics, workplace dynamics. All these sorts of things can be viewed through this lens of anarchistic ideology. This is anarchism, right? Jake from Daddy, Pablo. Yeah, bratty little sub. No. No, I won't. Maybe one of my mods will. When you're exceedingly boring, Tommy. So it is possible one of my mods will, but I won't. I just won't. Zero, as Switch, I love owning right-wingers and getting owned by left-wingers. Zero. Nice. Forgive me, I'm working on some new lighting for in here in preparation for using a DSLR sometime around the turn of the year. Oh, Ace. I know, right? And I mean, in traditional fashion, a coward as well. Because I emote using my hands, I'm theatrical, and I'm gay. So, there you go. You're like an unstable girlfriend. You should see the dude's online profiles. You got the unstable part correct. That's for sure. Wait, what did Lynx? Switch Unity is being horny in all power dynamics. Nice. Lynx, I checked out your OnlyFans today. Just out of curiosity. I didn't sign up, I'm sorry. But I did check it out. Just because I was researching OnlyFans because we had a conversation going. And so I wanted to see if the content was owned by the producer of said content. Oh, did you? Yes, exactly. All I saw was the one profile, the one circular profile image. The one, you'll find most leftists are pro-gun. It tends to be, even Marx was pro-gun. Weapons and ammunition should never be surrendered, and any attempt to do so should be frustrated by force if necessary. I come from a big gun family, let's just put it that way, and I'm an anarchist. It's just most leftists you find are going to be pro-gun. If you hear anti-gun rhetoric, usually it's either non-U.S. or it's neoliberal, Democrat, centrist sort of territory. So there you go. There's your answer on that one. The most majestic gay male I might add. Who was that? Panda. Thank you. Thank you, Zero. No, being objectified doesn't bother me in the least. It really doesn't. It's water off a duck's back. And Zero, trust me, compared to Zoomies, who's another user who was in here one night, you haven't even gotten close to objectifying me. Fucking Zoomies. He was intense. The one, I can sort of sell you on Medicare for all. Stop calling it Medicare for all. Just go single payer universal healthcare. I know it's more of a mouthful, but it's like shopping at Costco or Sam's Club. It's about bulk wholesale purchasing and eliminating middlemen and driving down the overall administrative costs. That's all. It's about basic economics of scale, and it's about eliminating overhead where you can. And more people get covered for less money, by the way. Might we point out the Koch brothers funded study that showed we could save about $12 trillion over 10 years if we did a universal single payer Medicare for all sort of scenario. It's far, far less expensive, and more people, tens of millions more, get covered under it. So definitely the way to go. And like I said, it's just like shopping at Costco or something. That's the whole idea behind it. Oh, good. I'm glad you knew that, the one. I'm glad. Oh, yeah. Zero. You can shout out whoever you want. Use the command. Go for it. No problems. There's already wait time. The one, oh, wait. Are you talking about healthcare or guns? Because healthcare, there's already wait time, right? Like, this is the thing. This is, as somebody who's got really specialized medical needs, I can tell you I've waited for 12 months for a neuromuscular neurologist appointment. So I've waited a year for a doctor's appointment in this country. I regularly wait several months for specific types of neurologists and varying other doctors. And I live in an area that has pretty ready access to a wide breadth of doctors. Our healthcare is already fundamentally broken. So if you talk like wait times, our wait times are usually on average either equal to or greater than somebody like Canada. I'm not saying Canada doesn't have problems either, but at least you're not paying, tens of thousands of dollars there for the same level of bullshit. Let's see. Oh, you already missed your opportunity, Tommy. Like, they've been posting the Discord link so you could get on air since you walked your dumb ass into this room and started talking about devil worship and the Bidens. Like, an anarchist gives a shit about Joe Biden and his son, showing your complete lack of understanding of politics, political science, civics, and just general education. But hey, you're the one who's going to educate us all. Ooh. Hey, Pastique's here. Always funny to have an ad for McDonald's before. Exactly, Pastique. Exactly. Zero keeps getting Taco Bell. Heads up. You can type !anarchism, or I'll just tell you this. Anarchism is a wide... Sorry for the people. This is part of the praxis, right? I have to repeat myself on a regular basis. Anarchism is a wide river with many streams and tributaries. But here's what you need to know. Anarchism is about a collapsing down of hierarchical power structure into a heterarchy and a philosophical challenging of power and authority. There you go. If you want to know more, feel free to ask. Zero, why do I suck at commands? Oh, it's okay, Zero. Taco, I don't have to pay for healthcare, and I have next to no wait times. That's an Aussie speaking. Wait lists in the U.S. look short because only a small number of people are on them at any time. Many people have to wait to save up or go without treatment entirely. Spoken from as a Canadian. In Canada, generally we don't pay for healthcare, but we do pay for some medicines. Zero, it's !SO is the shout out command. So you know. Yeah, oh, Devil 23, I know. Constant undermining of the funding of things like NHS in the UK, but publicly funded organizations. This is a standard operating modality for conservatives. They undercut the funding, they hamstring the administrations of the various things they want to attack. Then they circle back around and they say, see, look how terrible it is. Look how bad the government version of it is. It's not even functioning. We should privatize it. They peel off a piece, they privatize that, them and their cronies make some profit off of that, rinse and repeat. There you go. Zero. There you go. So I voted for, this is the one. So I voted for Biden, and people have asked me why I voted for Biden if I'm pro-gun, which I mainly did because I believed it was better for progress in other areas. But what's your justification for supporting a party that's largely not pro-gun? I don't care. I'm not a single issue voter. And there's no amount of gun control that could be implemented realistically in the US that would affect my gun ownership. It just isn't. My stepfather infamously is a federal firearms dealer. There's no amount of gun control that can affect my gun ownership. So it's a non-issue for me when voting or when making considerations in that arena. Hey, 6 Foot Ant, what's up? Thanks for the raid, and welcome all of 6 Foot Ant's people. And let me get caught up here. Cool. Oh, we've got currently, let's see. Yes, thank you. Oh, thank you for handling the commands. We're currently just having sort of an entry-level discussion with a couple of new people in the channel, about anarchism and leftist ideals, specifically mine, but other people's as well. We're also, we don't care, Tommy. Like, we don't care. Like, I'm glad you're entertaining yourself. You're driving up my metrics. You're adding to the chat engagement. You're just making it more active for my channel. Congratulations. You know, thanks for helping out. Somebody should gift Tommy a fucking sub. Just saying, Tommy's username would look a lot better with an anarchy symbol next to it. Hey, Ghost Monk. Yeah, thanks for the analytics, bruh. Devil with the win. Oh, love it. Welcome. One of us, Tommy. One of us. Hey, thanks for the Prime sub, Ancom. Satan says, happy birthday, see you now. Oh, Tommy's a special one. Yep, exactly. One of us now. Look at that. Tommy with the fucking, see, Tommy is like, Tommy's a baby boomer from Hawaii who's like straight up like radio AM conservative mentality, right? This is somebody who has drunk the Kool-Aid and is trying to get banned from the channel, right? So basically he's behaving like a bratty submissive. And so this has become sort of a sexual fetish exercise for him in a way. So, you know, feel free to, you know, kick him around a little bit. He's into it. He's into it. Tommy, I didn't know you were an anarchist. Why do you have an anarchy A next to your name? Holy shit, Tommy. Tommy Tatum. And maybe don't use your real name as a fucking username. That's crazy, by the way. Being a sub is great, Ancom. I've always been a submissive. It's way more, you know, I mean, it's the whole like Fortune 500 CEO goes to a dominatrix syndrome for me. I'm very sort of opinionated and forceful in my day-to-day. So, you know, sexually it feels good to liberate, right? My real name is the one who walks through fire. Nice. That's a solid fucking name. Anyway, so let's see. What do we want to talk about? Oh, Jared Kushner's company is is making moves to evict several hundred people in the middle of a pandemic. You know, the same company that ended up basically getting his father sent up to penitentiary. Yeah, that little fucking demonic spawn is following in his father's footsteps very quickly. The Mercers. I don't know if everybody, never trust a guy named Jared. I didn't know if anybody knows this, but the Mercers, as in the billionaires who were largely behind, sorry, Devil, largely behind Cambridge Analytica, are funding Parler. Hey, thank you, Mr. Fancy Pants. So some of the same money that was funding the organization that saw how to manipulate Trumpers and right-wingers and conservatives in America who literally designed data models and data sets to do just that are funding Parler. And by the way, if you want to get verified on Parler, you only have to send them a copy of your government ID. Right? Like Solaris, it's a data mining operation. Exactly. And the founder's wife, it comes from a lineage, thanks for the follow, Gozmog, of Soviet operatives. Her mother had one of the like highest medals in Soviet Russia. Like this stinks. The whole fucking things. Hey, thank you for the follow, guys. All social media networks are data mining. Yes, they are. This one is specifically targeting a select group of special individuals, shall we say. I don't know how many of you have visited. I don't know how many of you have visited Parlor Watch on Reddit. Totally worth doing. These people are batshit insane. And setting them loose like that for a little bit definitely shows what they're capable of if you just sort of give them their own echo chamber. It is terrifying, some of the rhetoric they are espousing on a regular basis. Soviet anthem amplifies. Yes, the Freeze Peach crowd, exactly. Oh, I told you. I told you, Devil. Totally what you expected. Hey, he even clipped DeCobbs. Oh, Tommy, you are obsessed. DeCobbs, we've got one of your fans in here. Just in time. Yeah, we've got one of your fucking obsessed fans here. Like Tommy, Tommy is now Tommy converted to anarchism, by the way. Let's see. Done. That's funny. Pastique. The topic of the day is brainwashed boomers. People who are very bad at using the internet and have no formal education or classical education and can't discern propaganda from fact. That's the topic of the day. I sought out I sought out a perfect so we'll talk about my dad. I get it. Cool. So I sought out a classic example, and thankfully he agreed to show up on the show. Everybody welcome Tommy Tatum News. He has graciously volunteered to be our example of somebody who has their head so far up the conservative propagandists' asses that he literally can't tell which way is up anymore. And so everybody give him a hand. Fucking thank him for being here. Oh, yeah, Panda. He's a racist. He's a bigot. He makes death threats on Twitter. He's like a keyboard warrior. Chances are, classic across the board. Solaris. Oh, I love that. Ace hails it, by the way. The evil twin of an SJW. Yeah, it's basically similar. Same, it's similar spectrum. We need boomers. The meme life cycle will shatter. C4chan makes the memes. They send them to Reddit to get confirmed. Once confirmed, Reddit ships the memes to social media where boomers will use them inappropriately. 4chan will see this and make a meme about it, completing the life cycle of the meme. Hence, we need boomers. Periscope. Oh, I hate to break it, Tommy. The only reason anybody's going to come from here over to your Periscope is to report you like they already did with your Twitter account. I hate to break it to you, one. Like, I mean, Facebook, Periscope, Parler. What's the fucking boomer conservative YouTube replacement? I always forget that one. Dak, I like literally tweeting about you. BitChute, no, not DLive, not BitChute, not there's a new one, Solaris. Or a different one. Yeah, Ace. I only use Periscope to follow riots. Fox News, YouPorn. Yeah, I don't know. Don't think it matters. What a heads up, like your stuff, dude. What are your preferred news outlets? I don't have any. I'm a burned out IT professional. I was an IT consultant for many years and a lot of stuff before that. I have a scraping algorithm. So basically I'm a firm believer in comparing and contrasting, right? If 4 major outlets confirm a story and confirm like details or statistics or numbers, then I trust that to a certain extent, right? So I have a feed that I have over here on my left-hand screen. That is my stuff. It's from all over. So I have no single preferred news source or group of news sources. I like to look at them all. So there's that answer. He thinks I'm a liberal. Well, he doesn't know what a liberal is. He doesn't know what a liberal is. He yells it like Sean Hannity or Bill O'Reilly. He doesn't know what these words mean. That's all. OAN is the only unbiased news organization now that Fox has been infiltrated by the communists. No, it's not open source because it's basically just... I wouldn't want anybody to have to try and cobble together this shit. It is not. It's barely functioning set of scripts, Lucy. Maybe one day I'll clean it up. I'll put that somewhere on the list of shit to do, and then we'll consider like releasing it. But I mean, it's essentially a modified RSS scraper, like for all intents and purposes. People who believe liberal is the abbreviation of libertarian. Yeah, it's just, it's the singular version of libertarian, Zealot. There's libertarian, which is the group, and there's a liberal. A liberal is the single, and a group of liberals is a libertarian. Oh, yeah, no, Lynx, he really does. Really, really does. It's been hilarious since the word go. When this genius walked in, fucking talking about Hunter Biden's satanic back tattoo. It's been a fucking riot ever since. And of course, too much of a coward to get on the air, as usual. As is tradition with these types of individuals. They love to run their mouth off in chat, but they're too much of cowards to ever actually get on the air and have a conversation, because then they'd have to use words and thoughts and rhetoric and grammar. So, oh, Ghost Monk, no, that's liberals with a U that are the activists. Yeah. That's liberals with a U. These people are fucking special. I'm live on his Twitter. Oh, this is gonna be brilliant. Hang on. Fucking obsessed with me. Hey! I'm on Periscope with Tommy. All 2 viewers. Hey, Tommy, if you want some actual viewers, why don't you come back over to my channel where you can get some. But right now, all you have is 2 fucking viewers, and I'm pretty sure they're people from my channel. Oh, my God. Oh, yeah, he put up liberal idiot. He doesn't even know what a liberal means. Oh, this is fucking classic. Well, let me know if Tommy ever actually gets viewers. Yes, hello all 2 viewers, 1 being his sister cousin. Oh. Tommy's letting me live in his head rent free. He's a communist. Yeah. Oh, yes. Hang on. You're right, Ace. You're right. Hang on. Let me just get my hair the way I like it. Let me get the grease. Yes. Don't I feel so owned? This pathetic lib. Oh, Tommy. Tommy has 2 viewers, his phone and his tablet. Yeah, it went down from, it was 3 with me. And once I closed the tab, it went back down to 2. Oh, you should put a banner up with a link. Oh, you're right. Hang on. Text. Good call. Free advertising, right? And we'll just... No, I know, Pestique. Things gotta do it in stages. Yes. Solaris, good fucking call. Solaris, fucking galaxy brain up in here. Lucy, where are you, Lucy? That's usually the answer. The one, see, this is the thing. Maybe not. See, that's the thing, is it's difficult to be nice to somebody when they are continuously insulting and rude to you. See, now we could talk about how internet trolls exhibit the dark tetrad of behavioral traits: sociopathy, narcissism, Machiavellianism, and sociopathy. Oh God, hang on. If you want this commie to move out of America, my Cash App is AnarchoCat. Please fund my immigration. Oh, he's back. He's down to a single viewer. Even we checked out. Just put this right here. There we go. Thank you, Solaris. No, that's so hang on. Give me 1 sec. Sadism. That's the one we're missing, Solaris. The dark tetrad is 4. And it's sadism is the final one. Yeah. Exactly, Pestique. One day, yeah, oh, and there's the schedule. Heads up. Yes, Pestique. One day, Tommy, we will take over this country and improve your safety net, and we'll make sure you stay alive watching all the free money getting to your bank account. And we'll make sure you have mental health care, and we'll make sure you're taken care of into your old age, which, based on your profile, is probably 2 more years. But we're looking out for you, my man. We really do want the best for you. It's just that short of violating the non-aggression principle, mockery is one of the few tools at our disposal. And so we use it. We wield it more effectively than the right does. Let's just put it that way. You see, that's right, Tommy. We're coming for you with a better quality of life. You don't even, man, your grammar, your spelling. I mean, jeez, man. It's never too late to go back to school. Just saying. It's never too late to go back to school. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no shame in it. It's one of the most admirable things people can do is decide that they want to better themselves at a later age. Change gears, maybe learn something, philosophy, political science, history. I mean, you know. Tommy, we're not getting involved in your fetish. Anyway, if anarchists and communists were like-minded, the world would be rid of capitalism a long time ago. Yeah, I'm working on furthering my Thesusian methodology. I'm starting to flush it out a little more over multiple streams. I've started to, gain more rhetorical device surrounding my Thesusian methodology. And I've started to add more language to it and flush out exactly what I want to say with it and what modalities of operation I want to include within it as exemplars. So one of these days there's going to be an essay for the Thesusian method. And I'm going to start advocating for that hard and start pushing that more and more. Oh, I didn't mean to click him. Hang on. Give me 1 sec here. There's my mod view. There we go. Didn't mean to click that idiot's name. For my is it your birthday, Sir Stan? Happy birthday, Sir Stan, or happy anniversary of your birth. It's not actually your birthday, but it is the anniversary of your birth. 57. Fuck me, Sir Stan. Good on you for making it this far. That's an accomplishment unto itself. Congratulations, my man. Yep, I'm living rent free in your head, Nami. So, how would you go about having leaders without power structures? Real question. It's not that there aren't power structures, Ghost. This is the thing most people don't because they've never experienced it, and it's a lack of experience that makes it so people don't understand. But there is power structures. There are structures, and there is power, and there is authority. It's just that they're not they don't go unchallenged. It's not. It's just that they're not unjust. It's that they're righteous, that they work for the people. Consensus decision-making is a big inroad to doing this. Democratization of a variety of these sort of committees and groups, and then the federation thereof. But you can have a group, you can have a sort of individualistic sovereign base group that has a final veto across the board using consensus decision-making. And then you can federate that up into all sorts of modalities of operation. And you can have instant recall and removal clauses as well. So if that does go off the rails, if you do have a delegate who begins to not represent the interests of the people that they're supposed to be working directly for, then you have methodologies of removing them. There's all sorts of like anarchistic cooperative dynamics that allow for this sort of thing. How do you survive college? Classes are so difficult to be motivated for, even when they're interesting. It's a bitch, Art. I mean, it's a bitch. There's no way around them. He's spending money on my channel. Tommy, go donate it to a charity. Give it to a loved one. Spend it on lunch. But I do love this. This is hilarious at this point. I got him involved in mutual aid. Nice. Pestique, enjoy your sandwich. I hope it's delicious. Yeah, okay, yeah, all right. Mitre, is it your birthday? Happy fucking birthday, old man. Happy fucking birthday. What insanity are you going to get up to celebrate your birthday? I know it's a weekday. I know class and all of that bullshit. What is the psychotic shit you are going to get up to? You either it's going to be this weekend or it was this last weekend. I mean, you got to blow it out. I mean, you're one of the ones who amongst us who definitely can do it large. So I would love to hear what you're going to be doing. More direct ballot initiative, direct democracy like stuff. Yes, Art, that is sort of stage one, territory for it. But yes, Pestique, all I know is anarcho-communism is the way. Well, whether it is, okay, it's definitely not the way, right? It may be an end goal, and you can keep that in mind. You can keep it in sight. Don't let me dissuade you. All I'm saying is understand that you have to be an incrementalist if you're going to be a leftist in today's day and age. If you're going to be a progressive in today's day and age, you have to be an incrementalist. There is no magic wand. You don't get to snap your fingers and everything changes tomorrow. That's not how the real world works. So you have to engage in this form of incrementalism. I refer to it as the Thucydian methodology. We can go into it if anybody wants. Otherwise, we've covered it before on this channel. Hey, Sir Stan. I'm glad you always I'm glad you like this place. Thank you. Ace, I'm barely surviving college classes right now. Cram these assignments in last minute, as is tradition, Ace. As is tradition. Oh, Solaris sounds like you've got a gluten sensitivity. Some sort of gluten intolerance based on that comment. Might go on an acid trip. Nice. Nice. Again, not a Marxist. Tommy, you need to learn these. Tell you what, does anybody have like a leftist vocab sheet they can send over to Tommy so he can learn some stuff? Really needs to learn what these words mean. Wait, has he been threatening violence, Solaris? Because that's an insta-ban. Like, if I missed that, I can't abide that if Tommy's threatening violence. That's just... I'm sorry, Tommy, you gotta go if you threaten violence. That's the way it works. Oh, they're just vague threats like you get the bullet. All right. Well, good luck. God bless. I can't. It's one of those things. It's a firm line. It's been fun. It's been amusing. Everybody say goodbye to Jake. Everybody say bye, Jake. Bye, Jake. Bye, Juan. Bye, Jake. No, I don't agree with that, Ghost. Oh, I'm sorry, Devil. That's right. Your name is. We need to find a new name for. We'll go with Juan. But Ghost, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that. Like, I mean, capitalism is just slavery of all people, but the production is then privatized. It was the flip side of that statement. I'm sorry, I've got two ghosts in here right now, Ghost Monk and Ghost is Anonymous. Geez, because I've been calling Ghost is Anonymous Ghost for ages. I will say your full name, Ghost Monk, and then I'm just gonna have to say Anonymous Ghost. Just gonna have to differentiate. But yeah, I don't agree with the statement as a whole. Yeah, it's just the way it goes. I can't believe. Not about that God stuff, but I'll put in a good word with Satan herself. Yeah, that's one of the more interesting lines of questioning that you can get in with an evangelical or a right-winger, is there sin in heaven? Is there free will in heaven? Why, if there is or isn't, why did the devil manage to successfully revolt in heaven and an army of angels alongside and then be cast down? So there's this whole like rhetorical area that you can engage in that is really fun. Easy, heaven is not real. There you go. See? Well, clearly not an evangelical. Wait, is he? Oh, no. Okay. All right. So you're against violence, but you're very much into counter symbolic violence. Is that a paradox? No, Pestique, because are you familiar with the tolerance paradox? Because there's this basic paradox that exists. If you tolerate intolerance, then what will happen is intolerance will become the norm. And so you have to be intolerant towards a certain level and form of intolerance, or else tolerance cannot survive. I hope that points you in the direction of my thought as to your statement, Pestique. Fair enough. Fair enough. You know, and re-explain is always good. Cool. Thank you. Thank you for understanding, Pestique. Tolerance is not innately moral. Tolerance of things that don't harm others might be, though. I'd want to flush that out before I comment on that further. Anonymous ghost. But yeah. Yeah, not tolerating fascism is the utmost of tolerance. Exactly. And this is the foundational beliefs within the tolerance paradox. Just call me Anonymous for now. No. Fair enough. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for allowing me to modify your name. So Ghost, are you Legion? All right. So, Jesus Christ. This one. No, it's this one. This one hurts. See, even that, I couldn't quite tell where the pain was being referred from. Thought it might be here, but it was actually over here. The peripheral nerves are slowly being burned by my own immune system. It's a bitch. Pierre, not much. I mean, that's basically what I can do, Pestique. I think my idea of fascism and your different. It's like when people say it's not real communism, the ideal and how it plays out are not the same. Any particular work of his Pastique that I should be putting on my reading list? Jesus Christ! You know what I should do is create a channel on the Discord server of like Kai's reading list, and just let people add to it. Well, Anonymous, I generally go by a couple of standards. One, good night, devil. Enjoy your cigarette, even though I don't smoke. And never read any of it because who has the time? I make decent progress. Not as much as I'd like to. Okay, so Anonymous. I generally follow two different categorizations of fascism. One is just a general quick definition of fascism, right? I mean, you can Wikipedia this shit. Far-right ultranationalism, dictatorial power, these sorts of things. And then the other is 14 characteristics or traits of eternal fascism or fascism by Umberto Eco. I find that a good guiding principle. So between those sort of two understandings of fascism, this is how I come to my conclusion. Now, how do you come to your understanding of fascism would be my return question. Pastique. Mitre and I both have that idea. There is agreement. We've discussed that before, that there is such a thing as too much theory, or doctrine, as Mitre likes to call it, when he's, yeah. And I think there is too. I think there is a possibility for that, especially when you don't engage in praxis. If you're, hey, Curio like a motherfucker in the house, especially when you don't engage in praxis, right? If you're just sitting in theory, because say everybody, theory, action, reflection, right? This is how praxis works. And if you never take the theory into action and have an opportunity to reflect upon it, Guy, the boar, call me Oedipus. I don't like him, Pastique. I don't like him. That's, I don't like his, I don't like his summarization of the spectacle. I don't like his character. I don't like Pastique. I don't like his followers. Guy has created more problems than solutions, I think, in my opinion. Let's just put it that way. Curio, what are you up to tonight? No, Ancom. Unfortunately not. He started making death threats. And that means it's a hard line. I can't bend it. I can't do anything about it. You cross that line and you got to go. It's a shame. It was amusing while it lasted. Yeah, exactly. They always mask off eventually. If people forget that theory is a dialectic and that's meant to be disagreed with and added on to. Exactly, Kat. And that's generally what I try to do around here sometimes. The DSA in my city had a member who talked about Guy, and yes, I enjoy just calling Guy. And I released a little too much of my praxis at her. It was necessary. I respect it, Pastique. I respect it. I get where you're coming from. Just hanging out here. Might stream in a couple hours if I can't sleep. I'm gonna get like kind of fucked up partway through this stream, Curio. So like after I down a whole bunch of kava, if you want to like jump on air with me, we can see where this ends up. Fuck it. By all means, the offer's out there. All right. So Ghost, I'm sorry. Anonymous. Well, I think main difference is that when you say you want a one-party country, no. What's a kava? I'll get into that. Where the leader has unlimited power. I have said none of this, Anonymous. This is a mischaracterization of the entire anarchistic philosophy which I espouse. Like, I don't want a leader to start with. Like, that's, I mean, I think the main difference is that when you say you want a one-party country where the leader has unlimited power, except the retaliation from the will of the people is assumed to be fascism automatically. No, I don't. Or are you abstracting it not to mean me, you? You're going to need to clarify that a little bit. Absolutely down. Cool. Panda. Kava is a root vegetable grown in and around the South Pacific. It acts upon the same group of receptor sites that benzodiazepines, Xanax, act upon. It is the worst tasting stuff on the face of the planet, as far as I can tell. It is horrific tasting, but it does its job. It is an interesting little high, and it's perfectly legal. Order a bag. I can, off air, I can recommend somebody for you if you wanna. If you're in, no. Shrooms don't even rank compared to this stuff, Panda. They don't even rank. The taste of shrooms is chocolate compared to kava. It is horrifically bad tasting. It's honestly. And human rights are irrelevant to me because rights are more of a guild for laws, and I think relying on rights instead of the base law leads to surplus slubs. This is weird. Birthday bash with me, 2 faves for Meaty's birthday. Rock on, me Trey. Let me in on that shit. Yep, it's me Trey's birthday already. No, I'm saying that you would say that is fascism, not that that's what you want. All right, cool. It was an abstraction. All right. So Anonymous, one party country where the leader has unlimited power except the retaliation from dictatorial power is a fundamental characteristic of fascism. I mean, even Wikipedia recognizes that one. It's not the only point of fascism per Umberto Eco, which I find is a very serviceable definitional set for fascism. But dictatorial, single party, single leader power with unlimited power is definitely leaning that direction at the very least. All right, so let me scroll back down. What does kava do to you? Is it just mad bitter? No, it is. I can't describe the flavor. There is no comparable flavor. It is. It's just horrific. It smells horrible. It tastes worse than it smells. Honestly, I think feces smells better than this stuff in some realm of analysis. It's bad. But like I said, it does the job. Yeah, I never got people's distaste for shrooms. Yeah, I understand how, what does it do? The only time I've used it, I smoked while withdrawing and didn't really notice anything. Lucy, there's a contradictory, it's contradictory tolerance, or a reverse tolerance. Many people who use kava the first few times don't have an effect. And your body has to learn how to metabolize it in order for it to take effect. So it actually has a contradictory metabolic effect, or a contradictory tolerance to it. So generally speaking, flame will destroy the active compounds in kava. So you have to basically mash the fuck out of it. Throw a few tablespoons in some warm water in a blender, blend it for 5 minutes, squeeze it out through a cheesecloth. Now you've got something that's usable. And perfectly legal, I might add. What would be the English equivalent of Bonapartism? Trumpism? I mean, off the top of my head. Yeah, Lucy can confirm the smell. Dude, the smell is horrific. And the taste, way worse. It is honestly, it blew my mind how bad this stuff tastes. Legitimately. You just got to chug it. You just got to chug it. There's no other option. Comes on fucking fast. It's a bit like dirt, but more bitter. I've tasted dirt before sourcing. This shit, okay, I'm using Fijian kava as well, and there is a difference from island to island as to the taste. So all I can advocate for, or the only taste profile that I can testify to is the Fijian kava. Do you think liberals are bullies who play victim as opposed to conservatives? I mean, you want to play partisan politics with bully and victimization. I mean, have you seen the political landscape recently? Um, 2 to 3 tablespoons, Sir Stan, in 8 to 12 ounces of water. And like I said, blend it, strain it, drink it. So the amount of water isn't really the most important thing. 8 to 12 ounces is what you want to use, but 2 to 4 tablespoons is the general guideline. Sourcing, I do too. I do too. But I find that the kava is, hey, Sue, I had an article just for you tonight. I find the kava is gentler. It has less of a, there's no like come down or withdrawal. Like kratom, if I drink a bunch of kratom all throughout the day, like when I stop, it's not pleasant. With kava, you can use a whole bunch of it and be just fine. So yeah, but I do too, sourcing. Will I trip balls? No, you will just be, I mean, if you've taken Xanax before, like in any like real appreciable amount, you understand what you're going to feel.
Hey, what's up, bud?
Not much. Hang on, just let me do chat maintenance here. Got as you can see, I've got a new lighting situation going on here in preparation for the inevitable DSLR changeover. I was playing around today. Just went on a debate with somebody claiming nuclear families are superior and preferable. Any suggestions for when I hop back into the ring? The nuclear family is a recent creation of Western culture. It is not historically the default de facto familial unit. In fact, you can turn to any host of cultures that still exist today that have been undisrupted. I mean, I'd use indigenous culture as an example, but they're going to, come back with some disruption and blah, blah, blah. So what you want to go with is like Italian, Indian, Spanish, Chinese. Any of these serve as examples for a completely different model of the familial unit. And none of them operate on a mom, dad, kid leaves when they're 18 modality. They all they'll live to fucking Italians will be like, 3-4 story house and grandparents are on the bottom floor. The fucking, the parents are on the second floor, kids, grandkids. Like it's the nuclear family is a recent phenomenon, and it was done to disrupt the familial unit itself in order to aid and serve a capitalistic motive. And that's to break up generational wealth within the middle and lower class families. You don't see that shit happening in the wealthy families. Fucking, they will, they have palatial estates. They'll still live together. It doesn't matter. Yeah. So, you mentioned nuclear families were spread by white imperialism. Check. So okay, so I need to scroll back a little bit. Does it help with sleep like Xanax? To an extent, yes, Solaris. It's very much an anti-anxiety sort of compound. We're talking about kava on that conversation. I don't know if you're familiar. Let's see. Solar-powered families are more sustainable, says Taco.
And yes, hello all.
Let's see. Supposed to make you high and giggly. Doesn't make me giggly. Well, it depends on my dosing, I suppose. Doesn't make me giggly, but definitely makes me high. Ace, no joke. Italian life has 3-4 generations in one house. Can't get away with shit. Yeah, the nuclear family as a whole, like, it's a recent phenomenon. And this is sort of, I mean, this is classic stuff. Join the Discord to debate Peacecraft. It's an open panel. No. Let me just, I'm just gonna, wait, that's not, that link isn't valid. 0, just FYI. So I had an article saved just for you because I knew you'd show up eventually. Hey, thank you for the follow. Some more. I missed yours 9 minutes ago, and thank you for the follow, comrade Chunky Dunk. And boy, did you miss the fucking chud earlier. We'll talk about Jake later.
Okay.
So Nunavut woman says she called 911 from Ottawa hospital after being denied water. Yes, exactly, Panda. Juan? Yes. So did you hear about this? Like, I know you say fairly removed from like the daily headlines for your own mental health. As you know, fucking not everybody's as much of a masochist as I am.
Wow.
So
she has to phone 911 from a hospital.
Yeah. This is this is CBC. And so I'll read you the article because there's some really fun high points, and feel free to interrupt me with commentary from your position at any time. I think you're probably going to have a fair amount to say about this.
Okay.
An Inuk woman from someplace in Nunavut that I cannot even begin to pronounce says that she was mistreated by nurses at a hospital in Ottawa who refused to give her water and change her diaper. Lisi, Q-A-Q-A-S-I-Q. Q-A-Q-A-S-I-Q.
Okay.
Kakasik? I wouldn't know how to say her last name. Either way.
I wouldn't either, to be honest.
Yeah, her first name is Lisi. That one I can do. Says she was medevac. She told CBC News she was medevac to the civic campus of the Ottawa hospital after fracturing her pelvis in mid-October. She said that doctors told her she likely sustained the injury from landing too hard on her wheelchair. The wheelchair was salvaged from the dump, as she says she often has to chase after it when she's not sitting in it because it has no brakes. For treatment, she was flown to Ottawa, a common practice for Nunavut. No. And it's Nunavut, but Inuit, like Nunavummiut. Nunavummiut. Okay. Either way, it's a common practice for them requiring medical care not available in the territory to be flown to facilities in southern Canada. Quote, I had to rely on the nurses to change my diapers, and they were so tired of doing it that they said I can just pee in them, she said from her home on Baffin Island. By November 2nd, towards the end of her 2-week stay, she said that nurses on the night shift refused to change her diaper and began to deny her water. Quote, there was one nurse that said I peed too much and denied me water because I was going to pee. I wasn't given water all night long until I had to call 911 in desperation. I thought I was going to die of thirst. EMS arriving at her hospital room said... where she said they delivered bottles of water to her directly. The Ottawa hospital denied CBC's interview request. In a
Of course.
written statement, media relations officer Michaela Schreider said that the hospital's patient relations department is, quote, reviewing the situation to ensure all concerns are addressed. The hospital sincerely apologizes for any negative experiences that do not align with its values. Lisi said that throughout her 2-week stay, nurses complained regularly about the tasks involved in her care. Quote, I felt guilty for making them work. Her medical escort, her son, was not allowed to enter the hospital because of COVID-19 restrictions. Quote, what I'm afraid of is elders who cannot speak English. How will they be treated? They'll have no way of knowing what to do, where to go, who to talk to. She also attended a residential school as a child, where she believes she was mistreated because she's Inuk. We're done.
Yeah.
Like, we're not going to be treated like that anymore, anywhere, she said. End of article.
That doesn't shock me or surprise me. Sadly.
Isn't it fun when that happens?
Welcome to Canada.
Some horrid shit happens and you're like, I didn't even blink, bro. I didn't even blink. Yeah.
It's you know, albeit Trudeau gave this nice, gracious, heartfelt around the world speech of how Indigenous people have been so wrongfully done by in Canada, in the history of Canada, in order to get himself back onto the UN Security Council, which the previous Prime Minister, Conservative Prime Minister, found himself removed.
You are correct, Pastique. Elder abuse is a common phenomenon, and you add racism on top of that, and you got a whole bundle of fucked up. Zealot. I'll kick it over.
To be honest, most of my Indigenous people in Canada and Northern Canada are extremely afraid to seek medical attention. Like, literally are extremely afraid to seek medical attention because of those things.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
We get more malpractices, more screwed up surgeries that we don't ever get anything out of or get fixed. Because one white doctor will screw it up and then write to some other white doctor that's checking it out, and the other white doctor will go, yeah, I agree with the other white doctor because this Indian lies. Indians lie too much. Yet there's clinical proof right in front of the other doctor that shows that doctor screwed up, and you don't go anywhere. Nothing.
Oh, forgive me. I'm going to just take a tangent.
I thought Canada was beautiful and fair. Yeah, right, Canada. I know, right?
They run a good con game. Let's just put it that way.
Canada government is one of the most best at the con games in the world.
Trump doesn't respect the Second Amendment. Trump literally said, I like taking the guns early. Mike, take the firearms first, then go to court, because that's another system. Because a lot of the times, by the time you go to court, it takes so long to go to court to get the due process procedures. I like taking the guns early. Does that sound like somebody who respects the Second Amendment?
No.
Like, sorry, try again.
Well, the only way he'll accept or respect the Second Amendment is for his little Nazi army that he's been building.
They are getting interesting, aren't they?
Yes, they are.
Let's see.
Yeah, it's Canada has literally like
If I had to give it an analogy, they live above a meth lab, right? You'd be amazed the shit you can get away with your neighbors when the downstairs neighbor is running a meth lab, right? Like, it's like that. Like, oh, you put out your fucking trash late. Like, you don't sort your recycling. Nobody's going to give a shit because you're
Yeah.
literally sitting next door to a fucking dumpster fire. And
Yeah.
by comparison, Canada looks like fucking lollipops and gumdrops. But if you take a close look, you find a lot of the same systemic problems.
Yep. Without a doubt.
Yeah. It just so happens that Canada benefits from having the US as a neighbor in more ways than one. It's
Yeah.
the whole world is
It's easier-
distracted.
Yeah, you know how it is, right? It's easier to blow smoke and make something else look like it's something rather than and to be able to hide what's going on in your own backyard when you have a next door neighbor that's so smoky.
Exactly. Yeah, you'd be amazed what you can get away with if you're right next door to the US. It's just, what genocide? We didn't commit a genocide. US, just look at them. Just look at them. Oh,
Yeah.
Trump
Don't
said
look over here
something.
and look over there.
Yeah.
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 Don't look over here. Look over there. Look at Trump.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
hear about the naked effigy of Trump in New York Park? No, I didn't. But I'm looking now. Rangers said they do not approve of erections in the park, no matter how small. Oh, Jesus Christ. There was a Trump effigy burned, though. Interesting.
Good. Burn them.
Interesting. Yeah, look at
I have to tell you, Kai, a lot of people like the new follow sound that I have.
Oh, do they?
Oh yeah.
I'm glad it's paying dividends for you. I'm saying,
That was definitely one of the most funnest things we did.
let's see. Canada and the U.S. are built on several genocides. After all, paradox in their ideology are legions. Hey, Lucy. Hey, I've seen a lot of dumpster fires this summer, and they're growing on me, dude. This year has just been one never-ending dumpster fire. Trump doesn't respect anything, not even himself. He's just a sad old man who wasted his life chasing approval from others. I love that Anderson Cooper clip. Not a fan of Anderson Cooper, but love that Anderson. He's just the tortoise. He's a fat overturned tortoise flailing in the sun. Like, it's just like brutal.
It's a normal pattern in the medical field to either poorly mistreat elderly people, and especially if they're people of color. Like I said, malpractices, all kinds of different things. It's just a normal occurrence.
That and caregiver burnout's a real thing. Look, I'm not excusing anything. I'm just adding another dimension of the conversation by all means. Caregiver burnout is a real fucking thing. And the healthcare industry.
If you get burned out, then get the fuck out.
Well, but that's the thing, is the healthcare industry capitalism doesn't give that opportunity, right? Like at the end of the day, it becomes just a job. And so that is the wrong thing. Like, there was a nursing push 3 decades ago in the US because there was a shortage of nurses. And there was a whole lot of rhetoric being spread around, like, it's a good career, healthcare is going to grow, the boomers are going to get older, it's a stable income. These are the wrong reasons to be going into healthcare. And so there's...
Hey, Brad Phil.
Hey, thanks for the call. There's entire, generations of healthcare professionals right now that are in it for the wrong reason, and they'll burn out easier as a result of that. and the capitalistic model doesn't give them the breathing room to maybe recover from that. You add in systemic racism, you add in elder abuse, and all of the other factors that stack on top of that stuff. And now what happens is when a nurse begins to burn out in the middle of a night shift and is faced with an elder, Inuk in Canada, is that. And
Yeah, it's like, okay, so you know that the patient has a diaper. Either they're gonna shit a lot or they're gonna piss a lot. Otherwise, they wouldn't need a diaper. So you know full well that this is going to be a thing, and you're gonna need to make sure that that this is gonna happen. Now, my other question is, why wasn't she on a drip?
oh, a catheter. Generally,
When you find people of that nature that are going in for those kind of things, usually they're put on a drip right away, especially if you're staying in the hospital overnight.
I mean, oh, okay. You're saying an IV rather than a cath.
Yeah, an IV.
So, I mean, that's the thing is, I mean, without looking at her charts, I mean, who the fuck knows why they didn't have her on fluids? But the fact of the matter is it really doesn't matter in the end. They withheld water. And so all other things can sort of go by the wayside, and we can just sort of say, well, that's fucked. Good job. You violated like multiple codes of ethics, probably a couple of criminal acts, and just generally probably, your own humanity. So good job. Pastique, want to see a dumpster fire? Look at France closing its libraries because they banned non-essential products to reduce people going to shops, basically banning books in the process. I mean, I understand how you're... Is there... Okay, so I can accept that as an argument if, like... Give me something else that is still allowed to be open that is clearly not essential. And then I'm in.
Yeah, I mean, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah, then I'm in that argument. I'm with you. Just give me tobacco shop. Done. I'm in. Like, that's all I needed. I needed something to, that wasn't essential and that was still fucking open. And now I'm in. Yeah. Fucking libraries are closed, but the tobacco shop is open because it's essential somehow, but the books aren't. Cool. Yeah, that's some bullshit. That's all I needed. I needed something to get me across that line.
Yeah, even gyms are still closed.
Well,
if you like literally have to pay extra
can we
be able to go in there for like an hour or two.
Yeah, can we
privately?
Can we just keep the gyms closed? I'm just saying. They're fucking stupid. They're stupid. Like not up in Connecticut. Oh, interesting. Like body weight fitness and home gyms, and you don't even need the weights. You really don't. And I mean, I know I'm no example of this now, but I mean, who is okay?
Well,
go ahead.
I mean, when I was doing time, we would take the pop bottles that we would get from the canteen and save them up and then fill them up with water and put them in pillowcases and use that as weights.
Cat, I need a place to safely get brain damage, though. Oh, Mitre, you do need the weights to get swole like me, but yeah, exactly, Mitre. Yeah, you're just fucking jacked. Fine, reopen the gyms, but not for a while, at least not in America. You cat.
Too many. Like, okay, I think when it comes to like gyms for different things, I think it can be acceptably done so long as they have a time period where the staff completely cleans the areas that were used down before another person enters into it. Do you know what I mean? Like, okay, say You go in there and you work out for an hour and a half. Then the staff comes in after you're done working out and disinfects it.
Drew, nobody said fitness is stupid. All right?
Yeah.
Stop with that shit right out of the gate. Nobody said that. Nobody said that. I literally
Fitness is not stupid, Drew.
I literally offered alternatives to the subscription-based capitalist bullshit that can fundamentally be replaced with a certain set of other options. And
I mean, you can get weights and stuff for your home too.
yeah,
That is possible. You can, like I said, how we would do things when I was in jail was fill up pop bottles filled with water and then put it into a pillowcase and use that. I mean, it's just that simple. You can use your chair, for Pete's sakes, to do the same thing. Yeah.
well, based on the 1776 in your name, I think we can understand where your political leanings are going to be right out of the gate. So, if you want to talk about something other than gyms, Drew, and you'd like to talk politics, feel free to start.
Oh Lord, here we go.
It's an anarchist leftist channel, heavy anti-capitalist bent. I'm an avowed anarchist. Sue, who's on the line with me right now, is an advocate for indigenous rights and decolonialization. And so, you know, only date
Me too. I use my wife as weights. You know, I used to use my kids as weights. I used to use my nephews and nieces as weights too. Grab a hold of an arm, grab a hold of a leg, curl them.
back when I didn't have a fucking pain complex and progressive neuropathy, it was all body weight. Though I did use pull-ups. That's how I tore my TFCC, triangular fibrocartilage complex in my wrist.
I don't know if you would call it assumptions, Drew. I'd call it more facts, but that's up to you, I guess.
Well, then alleviate our assumptions and inform us as to your policies and politics and ideologies and philosophies, seeing as you're new here. And get to know us. Let us get to know you. Did anybody see the Fight Club in New York City that was broken up? The story was kind of funny. They mentioned that the people were not socially distancing because that's somehow expected at an illegal fighting organization. I love it. I love it. Yeah, I can see doing all that for gains, brother. Yeah, I that is hilarious. An underground fight ring, and they're like, "You're not social distancing." Like, that's the concern. Like, they're breaking into like this underground fight club, and they're just concerned like, "You're not social distancing." It's like, okay. That is amusing.
I have no idea about your username, and I don't give a shit about your username, other than the factor that you're making comments in here that make me question exactly what the fuck you're talking about. So,
what do you think biologically causes men to be gay? Like, I don't know, other animals have gay sex, but they normally also okay. No, this is the thing. You gotta understand this. There are distinct homosexual animals. Homosexuality within animals isn't just homosexual acts. There are actually homosexual animals, and there have been identified homosexuality in animals has been identified for, I think, 170 some species at this point. It is quite a thing. Giraffes, explicitly, bottlenose dolphins, lions, bison.
I don't care if you disagree with the gym option, Drew.
Macaques.
But what happened in 1776?
Bonobos.
I know you're not that old.
Swans, albatross. There is distinct homosexuality within animals across the animal kingdom. No, it's not Ghost. You need to look in Anonymous. You need to look into this. You're speaking from Okay, no, I was saying I know animals are gay because, okay, so here's the thing. Homosexuality exists. It exists. It's just it exists. So what is the reason that it exists? So there's a couple of competing theories. There is an evolutionary advantage to it because there has to be, because it's here. Generally speaking, things that have been exhibited throughout a species for as long as it has to have an evolutionary advantage. So what is the evolutionary advantage to homosexuality? One explanation for this is that it's called the gay uncle theory. That essentially what you end up with.
I'm gonna grab myself some pop while you're spanking these youngsters.
Nice. What you end up with is that in a familial group, in a unit, if one of the members of that unit ends up homosexual, the resources that would have otherwise been devoted to another family split can be devoted to the units within the subunits within that family. So, gay uncle can help take care of their brother or sister's kids. They don't take up extra resources. In fact, they're a contributory set of resources. They have extra time. They have extra time to give to all of this. So this is one possible explanation as to why homosexuality is a common occurrence across a multitude of species, including our own. And so there may be an evolutionary advantage. Oh, fuck off. What is it? Oh, yeah, you're gone. Hey, Poe. Drew just got banned. Fuck him. Section. Yeah. Yeah, distracted. I was working. No worries. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Which guy?
Drew got banned.
Oh, did he? What did he do? What did he do, mate? What
No,
did he do?
it was me who banned him.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Fucking asshole. Love you too, Poe.
Hey, uncle, did someone mention Lasso? Shut up, mate.
Basically, I was talking about the gay uncle phenomenon, and kids and how it seems, and how it allows for taking care of the kids, a lowered resource cost in the family, and then he comes along and says, yeah, plus they get to diddle the kids.
Oh my God.
Insta-banned.
Yeah.
I literally just I just yelled. I said, "Oh, fuck off," and banned him.
I love you too, meat, but don't make me slap you, silly. Yeah, like, okay, there are plenty of gay people on this planet, and lesbians, and transsexuals, and non-binary people that do not have any inclination towards young children. If you really want to look at where the sexual desire towards young children is coming from, take a look at the churches.
I was going to crack a libertarian joke right there, but
no, the church is more realistic. That's actual proven fact.
Well, we see the fucking Boy Scouts.
Yeah, that too. Yeah,
dude,
Boy Scouts.
82,434 cases they're dealing with. They're going through $1 billion bankruptcy.
Yep.
Because they're about to declare Chapter 11 and reorganize because the fucking amount of childhood sexual assault lawsuits that are being filed against them. They just surpassed 82,000 cases.
Oh, excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. Imagine that. Churches are the same way.
Let's see. Churches of any kind are sketchy in the making anyway. Exactly, Pastique.
Now, let's not forget foster homes. The foster home care system is identical to that factor too.
Oh, I mean, the churches used to run that shit anyway.
And now the federal government does underneath Child and Family Services. They're all the same.
They have the same.
Whether it's stealing children or raping and abusing them once they get them and stolen them.
They have the same type of problem in the Buddhist temples in China. Interesting. Didn't know. Yeah, you just don't hear about it. Yeah, you really don't. Of course, when China wants to keep something quiet, they do a better job of it than we do. Probably the same in the Quranic schools in Iran. I'd say it's probably, I mean, God damn it, I'm going to stray into territory. Isn't there Islamic tradition of like man-boy love shit? I seem to recall this being an actual feature.
Yeah, you just can't have sex between two grown men.
Yeah, church logic, it's God's will. Timmy, yeah, me try Timmy. Oh, Timmy. Pashtun. Yeah, Pashtun. There's literally a name for it. Pashtun. It's it's specifically in Afghanistan to a large degree, but it is the practice of having sex with young boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I knew that wasn't just being pulled out of my ass. I knew there was like some subsect offshoot tradition shit that somebody's doing it. Yeah, it's almost like putting vulnerable people in a concentrated area with little to no oversight of those that are overseeing them results in horrible, horrible things.
Yep.
We could talk
residential schools, boarding schools, 60 scoop. We continue.
Prisons. Fucking, the Irish Catholic, like, home for unwed mothers. I mean, there's all sorts. Just take your pick. There's a fucking lottery of them existing out there. Feel free. Yeah.
Yeah, Ferris. Yeah. Lots of different areas that it happens in. And it all, especially here in North America, it literally is all the areas that are basically colonialization and capitalism.
Zealot, have you ever been on the air before? Jump on in. I want to hear it. It's going to be one of those shows tonight, folks.
Get in here. Be waiting.
Okay. All right. Well, then I'm going to unresize my fucking chat window.
Hello, Solaris. Women are doing it too, not just men.
I would imagine that there's, a disproportionate amount, but it's not wholly.
Okay. Here's how it works. Boys will not confess when a woman rapes them, because if a woman rapes you, then that means that you're man enough that she wanted to have sex with you, so you should be grateful for that.
Yeah, and God help you if you try and tell other dudes about it.
Exactly. Yes, women are better at hiding it because we're supposed to be graciously thankful and grateful that a woman even decided to have sex with us.
I've known one of those dudes before who got raped, not by a man but by a woman, and
yeah, I'm one too.
It's
my adopted sister from the age of 8 years old till 11 used to rape me growing up.
It's a brutal one. It was a girl at a party for him, and I mean just the fact, like he first question. He said, first question anybody ever always asked, well, were you hard?
Yeah, like whether or not you get hard is supposed to mean that it's acceptable for the woman to rape you.
Yeah. Exactly, Ace. Men get shamed twice as much as women, and we get shamed all to hell.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, it ties directly to my point that it seems to be about gender roles and not just the institutional organization. I think it's about vulnerability. I think it doesn't matter. It's not about the organization or the gender role as far as I'm concerned. It's about
Hey, Star, welcome in.
you take a vulnerable group, you put them in a vulnerable position. Well, children make easier targets, sure, but I mean, prisoners, there's other examples. You take a vulnerable group, you put them in a vulnerable position, you give some group positions of authority and power over them, and then you give little to no oversight of that group. And
Brooke, that's just the whole point. Even if you're a man and a woman rapes you, because most men are taught from very little that they cannot hurt or harm women, they literally have no other option.
Well, it's not okay. So it's not the power that's making them do it, Solaris. It's the fact that that power exists, and it's going to be an attractor for those that would. So if I am of the inclination to sexually abuse a child, then teacher, priest, Boy Scout leader. If you're a rapist or you want to you have sexual assault inclinations, CO, correctional officer, police officer. These are the positions.
Let's not even get into how many cops are presently in Canada alone, let alone the States, that are looking at sexual assault charges.
Yeah, these positions act as magnets or an attractor for it. Yeah. Brooke was just quoting. She, by no means does she think that. That's what you would hear. Okay, cool.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thanks, Brooke. Is that who I think it is?
Yeah, it's,
Howdy. Hello.
Hello.
Oh, hang on 1 second. Zero. A streamer just said I was worse than a Nazi because I'm very pro affirmative action. Which streamer? Name check. I want a name check on that one, Zero. Hey, Selena Gomez Queen. Selena Gomez was fucking badass. I was on your recommended list. That's been happening more and more recently. Welcome. Oh, fuck you, Freddie Blast, with that fucking racist dog whistle shit.
What the hell is this? It's the 1352 Club.
He's saying blacks. He's saying blacks.
Wait, are you forgetting the black man that spent 44 years in the penitentiary because the white cops made sure that he went to prison for a crime he didn't commit against a rich white lady?
Okay, so geopolitical forecaster. I'm an aspiring geopolitical forecaster studying economics and political science.
Tiberius D. Oh my God, no.
Interesting.
I know who Tiberius D is.
Centrist. A capitalist, centrist, a moralist. Oy vey. Good luck with that. I'm going to close that tab because that's going to just drive me up a wall. So, Zealot, what was your hot take?
I heard some things about that guy myself, but I'm not going to repeat it because I don't know if it's true.
We'll share off air. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah, random hot take. I don't know. I was just thinking about this. I'm always pondering introspective emo here. But it's one of the things that, like, when I was thinking about it, kind of like opened my eyes to a bunch of different things. And whether it's a truth or not, I don't know. It's just a theory I have. But I believe that when it comes down to evolution and, the basic creatures that we were, the basic forms that we were, when they did decide to have a split, or when it was necessary for there to be a split of male and female for reproductive needs, be it self-defense or whatever it was, over time, the male gender, or the male part of the species, sort of lost its, you could give it a purpose. I don't like the idea of purpose, but lost its purpose. And you can kind of see this in things like spiders and praying mantis and stuff, that once they do have their children with the female, they're just left to be food. They've lost it. That's it. And I think somewhere along the line, the male gender picked up the role of hunter-gatherer, or the hunter, because there was nothing left for us. It got to the point where all we have to do is breed. There's got to be something more. We can't just die. We can't just be food. So we took on, or we grew that role somewhere down the line as the male part of the species. It wasn't intended to us by nature. It was just something that we adapted to, something that we grew into because of the chaos that is life. And I think that us as humans, the roles that we've kind of created, in that men need to be the big masculine hunters, women need to be the prettier, more decorated member of the species, is kind of really opposing to what nature designed, because in most animal species, the males are the more colorful and they can flourish and show off to the females. The females are supposed to accept them, bring them in, and then eat them afterwards or dispose of them afterwards. I think that if we open our eyes to the fact that nature didn't decide this for us, it wasn't nature's idea to have men as big, masculine, fighting hunters. We brought that upon ourselves, and you can't blame us. It's good, like we found a purpose. But somewhere down the line, that was something that was not intended by nature. It was something we crafted ourselves. And I don't know, my eyes got a little bit more opened up to this. Kind of it started in an argument, not an argument, more of a discussion with a female friend who I said, what you don't realize is that us men are disposable in comparison. You can, with one woman and 100 men, only make one child, but with 100 women and one man, you can make 100 children. So in the purpose of keeping the species alive, men are the disposable ones at that. When it comes to war, we feel like we are the disposable ones at that. So what is it about us that gives us a purpose? And that got me down this rabbit hole to where I've come to this conclusion, that we created that purpose for ourselves and it wasn't designed by nature. And that's just my random theory or my hot take I have on it.
I have nothing to comment on it. I'll just right out of the gate. Like, I got nothing to add. I got nothing to criticize.
Well, I would say that pre-colonization, there were gay and lesbian and transsexuals in indigenous culture going way back. It's just part of human nature.
I'm not scared that women will take over the world. I've actually, when I've spoken about this to friends, some friends have told me that I'm simping for women, kind of saying that, oh, you think that women have more of a purpose in this world than us. I'm like, no, I just think of, the 1 to 100 argument. It kind of makes sense. I'm not saying that I have more of a purpose. Like, how nature has designed us is that we are two species that can reproduce together. When it comes to the gender spectrum, I believe in it. Okay, so I'm not trying to separate genders there. I believe in the gender spectrum. And
well, indigenous
that again is Mother Nature.
Yeah, indigenous colonies were matriarchal in design from the very beginning. So
one of the most intelligent species on Earth is the elephant, and that's because they have a very large memory capacity, and they are matriarchal. They're females that have existed the longest and seen the most, remember the most, and they lead the rest of them. It's I'm not too sure if that's the same with other high intellectual species like your corvids, eagles, otters, dolphins, but yeah, a lot of them tend to have a little bit of a matriarchal sort of society.
Yeah. I mean, I can see if you were like, I could see some concern if it was like someone who was an extreme and literally felt the world would be better off if there was no men at all. I can see some concerns with something of that kind of an idea.
I guess the whole point of me trying to spread the idea, if this is like spreading it or shilling my theory, is I am a very feminine dude. I grew up with a single mother, 6 younger sisters. My first friend that I ever made was a girl, and she remains to this day one of my best friends. I was always surrounded by women, so I'm a very feminine dude. My mannerisms and everything I do, very feminine. I've been constantly asked if I'm gay. I'm not. I'm
Are
a
you
straight
sure?
man, but I
Have you
but I have
have you tried? Just saying.
have I tried?
I'm
I haven't tried.
Well,
No.
then you don't know. I'm just saying. You know, you gotta.
God, he's
You don't
got
know
me,
until
chat.
you
He's
try
got
it.
me. Fuck. So he's
Um,
backing me into a corner, and now I just got to suck a dick. I can't help it. It's got to happen.
give
But,
me give me one sec.
No,
I kind of want to check in here.
White people are such a majority throughout every.
Who's that? Are we watching Tiberius D?
Yeah,
more a significant higher ability to kinetically impact.
based on what
And so saying
Zero was
something
saying,
particularly that
I
could
wanted to
affect
check
these
in over
people,
here.
while being very small, can chain reaction into something that can really hurt.
And then I'm
people
just
very
realizing I
seriously.
don't care.
However,
I'll just quickly finish it off. I guess the message I'm trying to send is, it doesn't matter what society tells you. It doesn't matter what other, big, burly, masculine, testosterone-fueled men tell you. I, as a very feminine man, will stand up for the fact that that was not Mother Nature's design. She did not intend me to be like that, and I will be exactly how I am, because that's how nature and nurture has created me, and I'm happy with that. So any other feminine or slightly feminine man, or any masculine woman out there, or anything of the in between, don't let that stereotype dictate anything, because it, in my opinion, was not Mother Nature's design.
See, like you can't even go by the big burly guy, because most of those big burly guys, once they end up in a penitentiary for a lot of years, go institutionally gay, and some of them go completely gay.
As a as a guy whose father was a stripper for women, and then went into prison for marijuana because it's illegal here in Australia.
Yeah.
When he got out, he was a stripper for women and men, and he enjoyed it both. So I guess I can somewhat attest to that, but I don't know from personal experience, just his stories.
Okay.
That's an interesting take. I mean, Pastique. I don't. There's okay. So my brain is telling me I don't care. This is the thing. My brain is saying like, yeah. All right. First off, let me scroll back a little bit here. Apparently your appeals to nature are bullshit, and also nature doesn't exist. Either way.
In my opinion, nature has no design. That's why I say, in my opinion, it has no designated path.
Do I agree that leftist economics don't work? Loop. Okay. So you are still here. So, like what? Cooperatives? Because cooperatives sure as hell work. Democratized workplaces? Democratized workplaces sure as hell work.
Yeah.
They work. Just got to let them work. It's that simple. Now, if you want to talk communism as, public sector goods, socialized public sector goods and services, we have them all the time. I mean, let's face it. The military is the largest example, at least in the U.S., of a socialized entity utilizing the reallocation of private to public resources. So feel free. I should point out that the idea of gay men runs contrary to the idea. We just covered this. Loop. gay homosexuality is not being weeded out. It exists at an animalistic level. It exists across 170 plus species. It's been observed. And no, not just homosexual behavior, but actual homosexuality. There's a thing called the gay uncle theorem, which dictates that there's actually an evolutionary benefit to having a certain percentage, which is why that percentage seems to hold stable across multitudes of generations, dating all the way back to the fucking Greeks. It has existed probably for as long as our species has existed, and it will exist for as long as our species exists. Homosexuality isn't being weeded out because fucking straight people make gay people. Clearly, there's a benefit to it somewhere along the line. Jesus Christ, I can't believe I have to cover.
There is nothing wrong with gay people at all. So if you're going to start talking about stuff like that, I'm going to start questioning about whether or not you are actually a leftist.
Wait, he's a genius. He's galaxy brained. Never mind. Everybody ignore Loop. Sorry. And genes don't exist.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, as a person who's not going to have his own children because he believes that adoption is the cure to our current problem, and I don't want to add to our problem. I want to fix the problem. I think that in that regard, gay people are doing a marvel for this world, and that if gay people want to adopt rather than create their own child, I applaud them for that. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yeah.
Fucking
I agree with that
galaxy brain up in here. Oh, scrolling. Hey, welcome PA90. Thank you for the follow. Let me catch up to chat here. Curio, the benefit to homosexuality is that it's badass. You know what? Loop, get on the air.
And Days, please don't talk that way. Like, seriously.
Keep mods. Keep an eye on Days. Should speak. Tutor. Yeah, exactly. You a Southerner, Zealot?
No, I'm not a Southerner. I was born in Sydney and I was raised down New South Wales for about 10 years. And when I moved up north to Queensland, I'm not too far past the border. I'm very South Queensland. So I would also refer to people in my own state that are north from me as Northerners. I do sound somewhat like a Southerner, but I've got that Queensland sort of. I don't know. Gold Coast is a very unique city. To put it one way, Brisbane is trying to be Tokyo. Melbourne is trying to be London. Sydney is trying to be New York. And my city of the Gold Coast tried to be Miami Beach somewhere in the 80s, but they turned into current Jersey Shore. Whatever you see on that show is what you see in my city. It's horrifying.
So who are we waiting for to come into Discord?
It's never going to happen. And so 6 Foot Ant, I just want to say, the gays have become too powerful. If we let them collect the final tiger, they will form Voltron. Then it's over for the straights.
Oh my God.
Benzix.
I know he's just fucking around.
It's brilliant though, right? It's fucking brilliant. Yeah. Benzix, I built an entire aquaponics system in my backyard. Fish, produce, the whole fucking 9 yards. It's been running for years. It ran a homeostatic system, no problem. But growing your own food isn't the requirement for being an anarchist. Belief in collapsing down hierarchical power structures and a philosophical challenging of power and authority mechanisms tends to be the shibboleth for anarchism. But again, I always love people who have no political science education, civics education, or even a bare minimum understanding of what anarchism is about, criticizing and informing me as to my status as an anarchist. That's always my favorite thing to have happen. So welcome to the channel.
6 foot ant is your woman, your wife? Neat.
No. Oh, wait, maybe. I don't fucking... Is that a... Is she really? Is that the... I didn't realize that was...
That the infamous is Mitre's wife? Oh, we got to get her in here.
Oh, I've never spoken to Beck.
We got to get her in here. Got to get her in here. Get her in
Yo,
here.
I know you guys aren't married.
If you get those two in here, I will step aside here, more Aussies.
We're not actually married, but close enough.
Beck,
6 foot ant, you need to get into Discord and get into the chat right now. And
Beck, come talk to me.
Alex,
We've never
stay.
talked. Come talk. I want to talk.
who are we calling you?
Oh, well, I should just say 6 foot ant. I shouldn't be calling him. Yeah. I know I'm scared. It's fine. It's fine. So let me scroll back.
Just come in, 6 foot ant. It's okay.
Yeah, fair. May not have been intended zero, but better safe than sorry. Let's see. No, MurderCom. No. Not all anarchists are insurrectionists or revolutionaries. This is a short-sighted understanding of what anarchism is about. There's many incrementalist anarchists, including some of the greats. So no, there's not a pre-qualification for being there's not a revolutionary pre-qualification for being an anarchist. It's not how it works. No. In fact, there are many, including myself, that would argue that it would run contrary to the non-aggression principle to engage in any sort of advocation for a revolutionary turnover, given the interconnected nature of our global society, a global high technology society as it stands. If we were to literally burn the system down and start over, it would be akin to committing genocide. And so there are those that say, okay, let's fix it.
Zero wants to come into the voice chat.
Yeah, all right. Tell you what, let's do a little. Give me one sec here. All right.
Come on, in, Zero. It was lovely and fun. I'll jump back in if you get bored again.
All right,
but
cool.
Yeah, thanks for listening,
Lovely,
guys.
lovely hearing your voice, Ellen.
Good to see you, Dylan.
I love you both.
Aw.
Love you too, chat.
You Aussie
Bye.
bastard. You know what to do, Zero. Wait, what was it?
Loop is talking out of his ass again.
Wow.
But hey, what else is new?
Oh, Gloop is an environmental over. Okay, cool. Galaxy brain take again. So society is making gay people. That's Loop's take.
Okay.
If you find yourself looking for, you may want to do some internal reflection. Yep, sourcing spot on. Give me 1 sec to do chat catch up, Zero, and then we'll get into it. 1 sec to do chat catch up, Zero. You need to mute the Twitch stream now.
Oh shit! Sorry, I forgot.
All right, so
It's one of those headphone things, you know, that like it's like used to like disrupt your voice.
hey, thank you for the follow, California Grizzly. I'm just catching up on chat right now.
Hey, California Grizzly, how you doing, buddy?
You know
Welcome.
this individual?
It's a good guy. I think that's the one.
From Prime. From Prime Stream.
Let's see. Fuck it, and Pastique, fuck you. Just for your smoky, dressed in black, smoky bar goth comment. Said with love.
A quick question for Loop.
An anti-capitalist anarchist invoking the NAP. I'm not Black Bloc, Ancom. That's the thing, is I'm not Black Bloc. All right, shoot your question.
If society was creating gay people, why would that be a bad thing, considering that like overpopulation is a fucking issue? Why would it be a problem? Why does it matter why gay people exist? Why? What should matter is the fact that they are not a problem for society. Problems for society include like fucking neo-Nazis.
Why is there an issue at all about gay people existing?
Exactly. They have literally caught like this. Like I feel as though sexism towards gay people actually probably started with the Romans, because like as you guys mentioned earlier, like the Romans were pedophiles. They were also bisexual for the most part. I feel as though that like since like the Christians like in the Romans and all that history, I feel as though that got instilled in like Christian values. Make any sense?
Well, yeah, because the peasants cannot subscribe to what their overlords were all about.
I love Curio. I love you, Curio. Who actually cares what the evolutionary line to homosexuality is? Why are people so obsessed with where other people put their genitals?
Exactly, I agree with that. Like why does it even matter? Like I don't necessarily agree or disagree with the uncles here. I feel as though it's a bit out there, but I don't see any real way to dispute it. Is the thing.
No, it's just one of a host of evolutionary explanations as to why homosexuality continues to exist in a fairly consistent rate.
My only problem is that it's somewhat unfalsifiable. I'm not saying that it's falsifiable.
Let's
I'm a scientist, but I don't like anything that's based. That's kind of like like I don't want anything unfalsifiable when it comes to my science. I only like same with religion. Like I don't believe anything that cannot be proven.
Well, you got to start with the theory, then you can go you can go test it.
King Constantine, with his court that basically writ the Bible, and basically came up with who, what, thou shalt not, this, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. I bet they read that in there somewhere.
Basically,
that's about like 14 chapters of the Bible.
Yeah. Is just a way to control the population. That's all it is a way to control the population. What's acceptable for the rich and upper class is unacceptable for the rest of the population.
Ace's beautiful take. What we do in our own home doesn't concern you. We don't hurt your life. We just steal your guy or your girl. It's okay, boo-boo. It just means they were never really yours to begin with.
I love you, Ace. That's a good one.
I wish I'd actually be capable, or even like be capable of stealing someone's guy.
I'm sure you are, Zero.
Eh.
Yeah, sourcing for
Talk of a face doesn't do wonders.
Yeah,
I have faith
support.
in you.
That's exactly what I keep talking about on my channel. The Earth can support 10 billion people, if not more.
You just got to do it right.
Basis, if we change our culture, rather than feeding or supporting only 1% of the planet population, and the rest of us are all suffering because we have to serve that 1% masters.
Fact is though, if gay people were created by society, then why the fuck aren't we creating more? Is my question. Like, why wouldn't we be creating more? The thing is, like, why would it stay consistent for so long? People aren't growing; they're just becoming less closeted.
That is right. I misspoke. It's a hypothesis that gets tested. Either way, that's what happens when I'm busy reading chat. Let's see. Jesus Christ. Am I caught up? I think I'm almost caught up.
The Bible was anti-pedophilia.
I'm sorry, wait.
I responded to DMs. The
Uh,
Bible was anti-pedophilia? What? I didn't know that. I thought it was pro-pedophilia at times.
hey, Atomization.
It's only like
What's
2
up?
minutes, okay. You're reading the Bible.
Yeah, A-Seams, we've covered that before. Arsenokotai is the Greek that was mistranslated that has its origins in pederasty, not homosexuality. Yeah, we've covered that before.
I find it so like
Days-
hypocritical that like
I think you'd
Well,
find that a whole host of atheists and agnostics are more versed or better versed in the Bible than the people who ascribe to believe in it. Let's just put it that way.
yeah, Days.
I read the Bible from cover to cover. Growing up as a kid, being abused and everything else, trying to understand why these fucking Christians were doing what they were doing to me.
Well, I much appreciate that whole 9 viewers. I do. I appreciate
Hey,
it. either way.
every 9 viewers counts.
Yeah, that's
every life matters.
fucking and there are hey, good for you. And there's at least 2 ordained priests, ordained ministers in here right now. There may be more.
Ow.
But there's at least 2.
I can get ordained in the next few minutes so that we can make it 3.
There you go.
Those websites.
Viewers' lives matter.
Myself and Curio. Days. And I've written essays invoking biblical passages and tenets in order to make anti-capitalist arguments. And so, yeah.
But my favorite argument is relating to the Bible.
Minister, not priest. But
Mate, did Luke finally pass the line?
there we go. Lucy's ordained as well. We got 3.
Nice.
Lucy,
Ordained in a bit.
on.
Do you guys want to hear like my one take from the Bible? So like my take is Jesus was a socialist Jew who was well harmed by the establishment in order to preserve the status quo. Bernie Sanders is a socialist Jew who is being attacked by the establishment, betrayed to preserve the status quo. People believe in the resurrection of Jesus, then why the hell do they not think Bernie Sanders is Jesus?
4. We got 4.
Damn. That's a lot of ordained ministers.
We got 4. I've been one since I was thinking about it the other day. I think 2003 was when
You
I was
married anyone?
ordained.
Have you gotten anyone married? Not saying not like in terms of your marriage status.
Yeah, no. I've been living in Nevada since I've been ordained. If I go to any other state, I can perform marriage ceremonies. Here in Nevada, you have to pay extra just to do it because Nevada makes it's a for-profit industry here in Nevada. Let's just put
funny.
it that way.
It's Las Vegas and such. Well,
Yes.
actually, technically paradise, but you know what I mean.
My take on the Bible is it's very poorly written and it's boring. There's some really interesting parts. I got to tell you, it's not all boring. A lot of it is.
It really sucks.
But there are plot inconsistencies across the board. You know,
Good thing you didn't put any money on your bet there, Days.
but the fact of the matter is there's some really interesting parts of the Bible that you're like, wow.
Are you talking about Nietzsche? Nietzsche, I don't know how to say his name properly.
Nietzsche.
Nope.
Nietzsche.
You know what my favorite quote is from the Bible? My favorite quote is, "And you shall know the truth." And thou shall know the truth, and the truth shall set ye free. Because it just basically says, like, the truth is important, despite the fact that the Bible lies about so many fucking things. Like it's like there's this like one rebellious guy writing like this one disciple that was actually rebellious, and he's like, I just get a like just put in this little grain of truth.
hang on. Fucking. I want to scroll back. I'm not ordained, but a friend of mine is a pastor with a master's in hermeneutics.
No, I'm not a priest.
Biblical interpretations. That's good.
There's a difference between priest and minister. Everyone, be educated.
Although,
What do you mean by ordained? Sanctified individual who has been elevated to the position of clergy. There you go. So if
I'm not a priest, I'm not a clergy, I'm not a minister. But I guess if you look at it in indigenous way of life, I am a sacred pike keeper as well as a young healer. So, um,
Silvio Giselle. Have any of you guys heard of him?
No.
Apparently, that's because his voice was suppressed. I'm looking at that real weird thing where apparently Silvio Giselle was the second coming of Jesus Christ.
Well, Curio and I have a different. Curio and I have a different take on that. He was speaking to God the other, last a couple weeks ago. God was telling him that there's some new passages coming down. You guys got to keep an eye out for them. We'll be dropping those on you one of these days.
It's like a lyric, like Judas is the saint, Peter is in hell, and Jesus already came back and left again.
Wait,
I don't know
what does
why.
Isaiah 20 have to do with? It's an interesting chapter. Isn't that the Assyrian king and the Egyptian prisoners? And I mean, there's some shit about naked kids' buttocks in there as well, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I don't know what your exact. I'd have to fucking look up the actual text. Hey, Trekkie back. Yeah, we're doing Bible now, Trekkie. Fucking getting weird up in these parts right now. But they shall be ashamed. They should be afraid and ashamed of Ethiopia, their expectation, and of Egypt, their glory. The inhabitants of this isle shall say in the day, behold, such is our expectation. Whither we flee for help to be delivered from the king of Assyria, and how shall we escape? Let my servant Isaiah walk naked and barefoot 3 years. Yeah, this is the Assyrian king, good fucking Egyptian bad fucking Ethiopian captives, young and old, naked and barefoot, even with their buttocks uncovered to the shame of Egypt. Why did you bring up Isaiah 20? That's fucking weird.
I don't want you to look up Leviticus 20:13. Oh, God.
Yes, what's your favorite Bible version?
What's up with all these Bible versions?
Germanic.
Germanic?
Like the Greek, it predates the English. And so you can do a lot of linguistic mistranslation checking off of them. And you can compare them to the King James versions or the New American and go, oh, they mistranslated that entirely. Gotcha.
Yeah, I did the English ones because I'm actually trying to get a quote and trying to decide which version of it to use, and I don't think I'm going to choose the German version.
Bye, Brooke.
Hey, Devil.
I'm from Vermont originally, Joan. I presently reside in Las Vegas, Nevada. To answer your question. Pastique, how do you not understand that we understand that the clergy is the enemy of the masses they pretend to lead? We get that. But we also understand it's a scam that you can get in on yourself, right? Like you can undermine this system from within.
I got a video relating to that.
What?
I have a really good video relating to that I need to show you right now. I have to go in a bit, but okay.
You can undermine this system from within, Pastique. It's an easy one to get your foot in the door. Anyone can read the Bible. Anyone can interpret it, and anyone can be ordained.
Yeah.
Radical, do you like John Oliver?
Look at Kenneth Copeland.
Yes. Oh, yeah. For a classic, he's okay. Zero. He's okay.
Check out Jared Fontaine. He has a really great video that I watched like yesterday relating to exactly this.
I know this one.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Is this the sequence of videos in which he ends up setting up his own church at the end?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. He ended up having to shut down the church because people started sending him actual bags of cum. Because he asked for their seed, because it's about seed money and seed faith and the prosperity gospel. Prosperity gospel. And
I thought you had to show jokes like taxes or something. I thought you were gonna say taxes.
No,
not make it fucking come.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole fucking thing. Yeah,
10-year-old.
I'm familiar with that little. I think there was 2 or 3 of those that sort of did a continuation.
2 or 3 takes a come.
At the end of the episodes, he visits it. Yes, Leviticus 2013 days is the infamous mistranslation. The original word that the English was used to the English that was translated out of is the Greek word arsenokotai, which is a reference to pederasty, not homosexuality. So not only do you need to know your Bible, you need to know your Bible history, and you need to know your pre-English biblical history, because there have been multiple translations and multiple mistranslations. So maybe you need to go back to Bible school.
Jesus in the basket on Sundays.
I'm okay. Your Cheech 420. Yeah, Ace looking out after me.
See you, Trekkie. I'm also gonna have to bounce if you guys don't mind. I'm sorry.
Catch you later.
All good, Zero. See you later.
It was real fun. Jesus, that fucking I didn't know that I needed to know what happened at the end of that story. Yeah.
Oh, didn't mean to do that. Devil, I really don't give out that like specific information, but I'll tell you I was 20 minutes from the Canadian border and I was further east than you. So if you can put it together, put it together.
Hey, Beer Nutter. Good to see you.
Pastique, if you've got a reference, the full comedy special conference about how the Bible was written, send it on over. And if you're in the Discord, put it in shared content for everybody.
And I'm still waiting for Mrs. Ant to show up.
Lucy, Dudist. Yep, I am familiar. The dude abides. I am familiar with your particular theology, and I have imbibed and consumed the sacred drink of the Dudists quite a few times in my younger years. Let's see. We got a bunch of devil stuff as well. And the devil said, "Please partake of my lettuce, for within it you shall find peace." What kind of church I got to set up to get those good offerings? Says Curio. Dude, Curio, you know what you got to do. You're a good old Kentucky boy. You know the scam.
Shit. All of you who have your ministries and stuff like that, or those things ordained and whatnot, I don't know why you all haven't fucking set up a chunk of land and completely have everything tax free.
Yeah, they've gotten tighter on the housing qualifications for church housing the last few years. I'm not up to 2020 snuff on it, but the last time I checked into it was 2017, maybe. And because I occasionally look into creating a church just for shits and giggles, and like legally creating a church, because anybody can create a church. But as far as the United States government is concerned, and yeah, those housing tax loopholes are getting a little tighter. Joan, what does pederasty mean anyway? It means kid fucking. Just to put it in terms to put it in common parlance, it means kid fucking. Let's see. I will never not get tired of the bullshit you get up to on this show, guys. This cat. Tell me about it. Let's see. They used, and Ancom pointing out, by the way, they used the same origin Greek word of arsenokotai. You mistranslate it once, you mistranslate it twice. Welcome to the show, Days. Maybe you should find an earlier version of your Bible rather than this New American or King James version that you're pulling from. Or, here's an idea. Just spitballing here. Maybe, just maybe, don't use the rantings of Bronze Age control freaks. Just saying. to govern how you view the world. I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that maybe, maybe the Bible, the thing that advocates for rape, murder, slavery, genocide, the actual elimination of nearly the entire species of the human race, maybe the God who was silent during the Holocaust. One of my favorite things to say, this is dark. How'd you sleep? Like God through the Holocaust, right? Maybe that guy, not the best role model.
Yeah.
If your worldview is coming from this, then maybe it's time to, I don't know, not be such an asshole. It's a shit book. Don't live your life by it. There's a couple of good things in there. Jesus had a couple of really good things to say. Beyond that, it's trash.
We have a story where I'm from. One day, two brothers. One brother was stolen as a child and taken into boarding school, residential school. The other brother managed to slip through that fingers and was raised by his family traditional indigenous way. When they became both grown men and adults, the other brother who went to residential school came back home and was all, talking about the Bible and Jesus and God and Bible thumping like crazy. So the other brother, after hearing and listening to his other brother talking all this kinds of stuff, walked up to him one day and said, "How about we make a bet and see? I'm going to tie a rock and rope to my pipe, and we're going to put it, and you're going to tie a rope and a rock to your Bible, and we're going to put it into the lake. We're going to see which one outlasts." Well, can anyone guess what happened?
The Bible magically levitated out of the lake because yeah.
No.
I know.
The Bible was strewn all over the lake because it doesn't last long.
Yeah.
Whereas the pipe was still all in one piece.
It's, it's just, it's a story written on paper. Like, it's just goofy that people live their lives by this stuff. And, you want humanitarian morals, fine. You want egalitarian ethics, fine. You can achieve these without a book that tells you that it's okay to commit genocide. You can do it without a book that says it's okay to rape a sister. It's okay to do it. You can do it without a book that says, you can sell your daughter into slavery. There's some really cool stuff in there, mostly the Jesus tales. But I mean, the rest of it is horrific. It just is. There's so much terrible stuff in there. And
take your firstborn child and sacrifice them at an altar.
Exactly. And it's just, and then you have Bible apologists who say, well, you guys, you just ignore that part. And sure.
Yeah. Let's not forget Mary Magdalene, whose whole apparent process of writing about a passage for the Bible was completely left out because, heaven forbid, a woman should have anything to say.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Might we point out that everything everybody had to write about Jesus was like 1.5 lifetimes after Jesus.
Exactly.
Just point that out too, by the way. Pastique, welcome to the show. It's been that way since the early days of the podcast. Pastique saying basically someone will try to explain a complicated topic or a concept by cracking jokes and talking about his own background for 1 hour and a half. Both very interesting and fun to watch. Welcome to the show. And my viewer retention rate, by the way, for everybody listening, my average viewer retention rate is usually around 3.5 hours. Sue can testify. Like I've few times I've gone over it after the show, and that's usually it's 324 kicking around in there. People hang out. So I don't know what the fuck it is, but either way, and I'm glad all of you fuckers. Hey, Giggle. I'm glad all you fuckers have a new like dark fucking joke to use. It seems that. Thank you, Zero. It seems that you guys are going to remember that one for a while. It is one of my go-to darker jokes. So enjoy. And so let's see, soothing voice. I don't think I have a soothing voice, but I guess, if someone says I do, who am I to criticize?
Hey, Sam. You want to know who the best communist leader was in history? Sitting Bull.
Hot take. I like it.
Considering that the Communist Manifesto, all its basic essentials came from indigenous people. Oh God.
I mean,
that's right.
Stalin.
Only Eastern European people.
Well, not Deng Xiao. Not Deng Xiao, but I mean, Stalin. I mean, there's an argument to be made he wasn't even a communist. You know that, right? Exactly. Like, there's a legitimate argument there.
He used communist ideas to gain favor, but he was more of a, how do I put it, a controlist. He wanted dominance over everything. And if you disagreed, you were killed.
And yeah, Zero, Stalin was barely a Marxist-Leninist. I mean, not even that. I mean, and Kat, any actual Leninist would view Stalin as counter-revolutionary. Like, Stalin wasn't a communist leader. I mean, the West calls him one, but just because Fox News calls him a communist doesn't mean he's a communist.
Exactly. Get your head out of Fox News's ass and sniff the air.
Okay, so even if everything you just said is Cat, we have one. Is this an actual tanky? Are we dealing with an actual tanky? Like, I so rarely get actual tankies. Without Stalin. Okay, so even if everything you're about to say, Sam, is true, it doesn't make him a communist. Okay. Jeez, Hawksist. Without Stalin, the USSR would vanish. World War II would have been a Nazi victory. Russia would have never been industrialized. The literacy rate would have never improved. USSR would have never been fully electrified, and absolutists would continue to rule after Lenin's death. That doesn't make him a communist. Just because he was a great leader in some form or fashion, in your opinion, doesn't necessarily make him a great communist leader, right? Like, you have to make this distinction. He's a Stalinist. But that's not what you said. You just moved your own goalposts, just so you know.
And what's a hoaxist?
Feel free to look it up. It's a bag of fucking tricks.
Okay. He's a Stalinist, basically Marxist-Lenin, with implementation of one-party socialism. No.
Hey, Mylark. Let's see. Scrolling back. Let's see.
Love you. You're awesome.
Oh, he hooked you up with a. Oh yeah, I see it over there on the chat scroll. He hooked you up with a
Yeah.
Wikipedia link. Fox is communist. They're in the bag for commie Biden. Exactly, sourcing support. Fucking sourcing support out here with the fucking facts and the truths that you can only find with, on Parler and BitChute and love it. Zero. Yeah. Personally, Stalin was a Stalinist. You're apologizing for Stalin. That's pretty definitionally tanky. He's a Stalinist, basically Marxist Leninism with the implementation of a one-party socialist state. Again, we still got those classes going on. We still got that, wait till this MF was mostly a figurehead, and most of those achievements were by generals and labor folks. Myaluric, my main issue with Marxism is that it's just teleological. It is 65%.
Thanks, and that helped me to understand a little bit more.
I would agree. I'm a Red Soxist. I go to like 5 games a year. So yeah, there seems to be like an Eastern European bias with Sam to some extent or another. Where are you from, Sam? That's my question to you. Where are you from? Ooh.
You're Canadian? Aw, Sam.
Interesting.
No. Wait. Sam.
Zero, when you gonna
Canadian.
mention the murder?
When are you gonna mention the murder?
Yeah, zero just prompted me like, hey Sam, when you gonna mention the murder? Stalin was a shithead. Let's just put it that way. He was a psychopath.
Yeah.
Joseph Stalin wouldn't even help his own son. He was a fucking psychopath.
How many Canadians do we have in the chat right now? How many Canadians are in there?
Pastique. What about Tito? Tito was nice. Everybody loves Tito. Be like Tito. I like that. Have you brewed your kava?
If you're a Canadian.
Mitre, I have. It's sitting in the fridge because God help you if you try and drink that shit warm. There's 3 that I know of off the top of my head. There's Zero, yourself, and apparently Sam. Okay. Sorry, I saw the leaf and I thought it was Lynx without even looking at the username. I'm like, Lynx is here. Nope, it's Sue.
It's me.
How about you study anarchism and come back to me, Sam, seeing as you're on my fucking channel? Like, what's with these declarative authoritarian... Oh, that's right! You fucking idolize somebody like Stalin. You are an authoritarian. You're all about telling people what to do. If Bakunin and Pradhan are your greatest inspirations and you ascribe Stalin to be one of the top 3 communist leaders of all time, you weren't paying attention to Bakunin then. Anything can work in a certain context, including putting a fucking gun to people's heads and saying, work the field. But that doesn't mean we should be advocating for it. And showing open and vocal support for somebody like Joseph Stalin as a leader is psychotic. The guy was a maniac. The great things, no, that's exactly how you discredit the great things he did, is murder a few tens of millions of people. That's exactly how the good things you do get discredited. Is, hey, I saved a puppy once. Of course, I murdered 14 people on my way to save the puppy.
Yeah.
That's exactly how somebody's good deeds gets discredited. Oh, wait, we got a God Save the Queen. Come on, Stalin's way. No. Pol Pot's got wait, what are the final numbers? Because I'm pretty sure. Oh, let's see. What did Pol Pot get up to, and what did Stalin get up to? Because I'm pretty sure Stalin puts Pol Pot to shame, but I mean, I could be wrong. Yeah, oh yeah. To 1.5 to 2 million people with Pol Pot doesn't even fucking compare to Stalin. I mean, they're not even playing in the same ball league.
Not even Hitler is in the same ball league as Stalin.
Yeah.
Although United States and Canada...
Capitalism.
Yep.
Fucking capitalism could put up some fucking numbers, but there's no one person to pin that one on. Listen to me. Of course I'm American. Pay attention to this accent. I haven't said a boot, so clearly I'm American.
I'm Canadian. I'm an actual real Canadian.
Yeah, fucking the border moved over him, not the other way around.
Exactly.
How dare you even sit there and shit on the USSR? You're probably an American. The amount of atrocities the U.S. committed during the Cold War is uncalled for. It's fucking disgusting. And I'm an anarchist. Okay, Sam, you have to understand this. I'm an anarchist. I'm not a fan of this stuff. I'm not a fan of the Democrats. I'm not a fan of the Republicans. I'm not a fan of nation states. I'm not a fan of the U.S., nor am I a fan of the USSR. Okay? You got to figure this out. You got to know this one. All right? You said you read some anarchism. You said you read Bakunin. All right? You've got to have a grasp of this. All right? I can shit on them all because my critique comes from a position outside both of these systems. All right? Come on. Get on the same page. And then we can have this conversation in good faith. Yes, Panda. I thought you were from Scandinavia. Exactly. Let's... Anarchism hasn't put up 10-digit numbers in a single regime. You show me the anarchistic regime that has put up the kind of numbers for the systems you are advocating for. I think I can maybe put up double-digit numbers across anarchism as a philosophy. Maybe.
Oh, Cat's calling them out on air to jump online.
Yeah, Cat, if you want to fuck with a tanky, Sam, exclamation Discord in chat, get you the link. And Cat, if you wanna have your fun, you've been waiting for this moment for ever.
She has, too. Woohoo!
A fucking tanky that claims not to be a tanky, even though has exhibited all of the... Yeah, can't talk right now.
Oh.
Don't be butthurt. Don't be butthurt. Yeah, Machno could put up some numbers. Pestique, that's fair. Yeah, go for it, Kat. Come on in, you know. Am I raging? Is this Sue? Am I raging? Do I meet the
No.
definitional requirements of raging?
No.
Sorry. All right, let me change.
It's not even close, and you know it.
Hey, Cat.
Yeah, Sue. Oh man. I just want to address Sam directly.
Speak
Go
up.
for it.
Simple fact is, the vast majority of what the USSR experienced in terms of its growth and technological advancements were not responsible because of fucking Stalin. Stalin did like next to nothing. He was a figurehead who had a talent for offing political opponents. That's all he ever was. He
Right
didn't
back.
command any of the generals. He didn't he didn't do anything. He just sat there and fucking just offed random groups of people, and he gave the green light to slaughter fucking whole groups of minorities: the Chechens, the anarchists in Ukraine, the fucking kulaks, the goddamn the people in Dagestan. It doesn't he didn't do any of the good things that the USSR did. That was all science that weren't even fucking scientists that he had pretty much no oversight on. It's insane.
Well,
Stalin
now,
should
if
be
you would get your
credited.
ass in here to Discord and online, then you could find out who this kid is, but they're probably, a grown adult.
No, I am a kid. I'm only 20.
Well, you're still an adult. Your balls have dropped, so therefore
I
you're...
mean, illegal I am, but I feel like a fucking child around half of you people.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Cat's a fucking baby. You kick most of our asses though.
Yeah, I do Muay Thai, a little bit of Jiu-Jitsu. Nothing crazy though. Fucking. I love you, Curio. You know that?
Tell me why you support anarchism.
Because
Absolutely.
generally speaking, it doesn't murder tens of millions of people. Just on a principle.
For me, the reason why I support anarchism is that leftism, at least to me, should be approached as a conversation about ethics and the way we create societies that harm the least amount of people. Anarchism, at least in my opinion, much like Marxism, is probably the best way to facilitate those conversations. It gives you a framework of what ethical interactions are on a societal level, and then you just build from there.
Cat, he's basically... Okay, Sam, what makes you think that anarchism means complete and utter chaos?
Oh, because this is a person, I think, who has a cursory understanding of anarchism at best, and clearly didn't comprehend what Bakunin was writing about. And more so to what Kat was saying, anarchism is a useful tool. It serves as a lens of analysis. It's a modality of thought. It's a methodology or a tool you can use to approach other systems, economics, technology, agriculture. It doesn't matter. Fundamentally, anarchism allows us to start the conversation with how do we do this on a voluntary basis with a non-hierarchical organizational structure in a modality that doesn't murder tens of millions of people in order to inflict the will of the vanguard class or the ruling class upon the proletariat. Anarchism allows us to start that conversation.
Yeah.
There
isn't like a perfect anarchist society, so to speak, unless you're like a post-hierarchist, which is a position. I'll just leave it at that. But yeah, it's a way to have a conversation, basically. It's goals to work towards, standards to hold yourself by, and that can take shape in many different ways, as we can see from all the different strains of anarchism.
Yeah, and Mirelurk patties. Fucking. It is. Solid Fallout reference.
Yeah. Also, Pestique, you're not wrong. Pretty much.
What's up, Dad?
Hey, Curio.
Oh
What's up,
shit!
Stu? Cat, little baby bird. Kai.
What's going on?
He's
How you guys doing, man?
he's my baby Kai. It's not your baby bird. He's my baby Kai.
Look,
All right.
it can be both, boys.
All right. He's a baby Kai bird.
There we go.
So all right. So thunderstorm incoming for Zealot might dip if it gets hectic. And I'm going to use the party capybara. Fuck it.
Yeah. Right now, Kai, if you look at Florida weather, they're actually getting ready for like a huge storm, hurricane kind.
Zealot's Australia, but yeah, it's well. I mean, that shit's happening more and more. I can't imagine why.
Yeah.
Yo, if you got the capybara emoji, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's the party capybara. If you check the shared content and scroll up a ways, you can see the full resolution version of it.
Nice, man.
Where's
That's
that?
perfect. I'm glad you.
Oh yeah.
Me,
I wanted to answer.
where's your missus?
So I have sitting next to me, Curio, a glass of horrid tasting liquid that is legitimately the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life. And in honor of you joining us on this stream, I'm going to chug a bunch of it, and then probably make some very interesting faces for a while. FYI, kava extract makes things go numb. So my lips and my tongue will get a little numb just from the consumption of it.
Oh shit!
Hell
Come
yeah.
on, man. You know I gotta have some fun.
I'm
In a good way though, bro.
after
I also have a glass of nasty, disgusting tasting liquid next to me. Mine's goat's blood, but I'm gonna drink with you, dude.
fuck yeah, we'll get the Soros sacrifice going on.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Fucks with it.
Yeah, Zealot, I feel you.
And I have not eaten, so this is on an empty stomach, which, by the way, is the way I would tell you to do kava, because I have consumed it on with food, and it basically is non-existent. It just doesn't take effect. So it's
Do
about
all drugs on an empty stomach, I say.
No.
He said nah.
There are some that you must never do on an empty stomach.
Pastique, what kind of tea? I prefer an imperial white if I'm drinking tea. But that's just me. I'm a tea snob, much like yourself. Can you be the flower girl at my wedding? No, social distancing. But I'm available if it's like 2025 when America finally gets its shit together. Anyway,
Stand back a couple feet, launch the flowers out of cannon.
Exactly.
All right. Oh, fuck me. Here we go, boys.
We're
And
in.
white.
He drinking the kava. I got some other kind of drug over here.
Me, how do I feel about an imperial white? I have a nice spot outside my door to hang their scalp from.
Oh,
God damn.
fuck me. Oh my god.
You just drank a lot of that at once, bro.
Yes, I did.
Chug that shit.
Kai, don't chug that, Kai. Don't chug
Oh no,
it.
it's the only way to do it. I left a third of it, let's say.
That ain't a
Ay,
third,
ay,
cuz.
ay.
That's like a fifth.
Okay, close enough. Oh, my tongue is numb.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Swedish
All right,
something
so 20 to 30 minutes. This shit's going to get real. If this stream has to be shut down because Kai's too inebriated and we take this into voice chat, then that's the way it's going to go. But this shit just got real.
I plan on streaming later if you want to like keep your persona on your own show cleaned up and then just come be a wreck on my show. That's cool.
Nice. When are you going to start streaming?
I don't know, like 12:30 or 1 maybe.
What
I'll pop in on that.
Maybe
it's
12:30 here in the next 40 minutes, I would say.
Okay, cool. Then yeah, we'll I'll see if I can't
hold out till then.
Yeah, I'll see if I can't maintain my composure until we can follow into Curio's show.
Yeah, he'll just
Ace,
raid right away.
fast forward. So let's see.
Buck says Kai gets white girl wasted.
I traditionally, okay, so kava is a whole other thing because of the benzo like action, but if we're talking like alcohol, I can't keep my clothes on. Like that's the kind of drunk I am. Is you're like who's running naked down the street? It's me.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I used to be that way, man. That's one of the many reasons I quit drinking. Because you get charges like that, the kind of charges you don't want to get. You take your clothes off, like, oh, all of a sudden, like, yo, you were standing a little bit too close to this Dave and Buster's, bro. So that's a sex charge. You know what I mean?
It's been a lot of years, and two, it was always bougie fucking communities where if, the young people were drunkenly streaking through the neighborhood and the cops got called, it was more of a, not a citation or an arrest. It was more of a slap on the wrist sort of scenario.
Oh, y'all kids.
Yeah.
Calm it down.
Like halfback tackle kind of charges. It's just Kai streaking again. What's my alcohol of choice? When I was a drinker, back in the day, I drink whatever was necessary to get the job done, right? But if I would slap on the dick, I preferred a vodka gimlet. If anybody's familiar with this fucking highfalutin drink, it's just vodka straight up with a twist of lemon or lime. Traditionally, it would be gin and lemon, but vodka gimlet with a nice Russian import. You can get a high quality Russian imported vodka for way cheaper than you can get like any of the other bullshit. Smirnoff, Grey Goose, fucking, yeah.
Yeah. See, what you really gonna want to do is grab yourself a bottle of Beams 8-star Kentucky bourbon. That shit's about $7 for half gallon. And that's just gonna do you just fine.
I actually seen a video of someone getting a DWI riding a lawnmower. So yeah, it is quite possible.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And I just pulled a bottle of 12-year-old Macallan out of like these days. I keep a bottle of, good scotch in the desk drawer because I like to feel like, I don't drink these days, but if somebody has a really difficult day or something and they come over pre-COVID, that sort of thing, I'll fucking pull out a bottle of scotch and, pour them a little bit.
After the
Watch them drink
done, if it's
That's a move.
intense show,
That is definitely a move.
12-year-old scotch and enjoy a good shot.
Right?
Oh, shit, dude. Sit down for a sec. Pulls open the drawer. I got some aged scotch I've been saving. I've only seen that in the movie. I show up to my dude's house sad. He gave me like a Xanax and a Natty Ice. You know what I mean?
I legitimately did that with that intent behind it, that it makes me feel grown. Like it really does. I have a bottle of aged single malt scotch in my desk drawer that I can pull out if shit gets real on people. Like that's shit straight out of a movie.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Also, that drawer is full of all sorts of other stuff too.
I would imagine.
That's the fun drawer.
He
The
got
fun
scotch and
drawer.
sex toys in the desk drawer. You know what that means.
No, the sex toys are in the other room.
Nice.
This the business room.
Yeah, this is the business room.
Hell yeah.
The war room.
Yeah, there you go. It's the war room.
Do you prefer scotch to bourbon, man? I
Yes.
don't think you've had a good bourbon yet.
I single malt single malt scotch, definitely a whiskey, and I go Scottish rather than Irish.
See, I don't care for their wood over there. It's all about them barrels, man.
It is.
They got the wrong trees. I don't like their tree flavor.
Lucy, not enough room in the drawer for the sex toys, huh? They have a dresser drawer. They've got a whole thing going
Oh,
on.
they got like their own little segment.
Yeah, Jameson all the way. I'm a Macallan man myself, but I'm open to discussion.
I'm
You
all.
ever
I,
tried
when
Pappy Van Winkle?
what?
Pappy Van Winkle bourbon. You ever try that?
Is that
No.
wait? Is that old timer that fucking died a few years ago, like a decade ago or something like that?
Well, the real Pappy Van Winkle's been dead for quite a while. Like,
All right, I'm thinking of the moonshine then, not.
this was on the news recently because somebody like literally stole like 900 barrels of their whiskey somehow, like a year
God
ago,
damn.
which is a lot. It was like $1 million worth of whiskey.
Yeah.
So that was pretty crazy.
Somebody had a good old fashioned up in the hills party. Like
They bootlegged that shit. They took it into the mountains and
yep.
it's over with. They
That's
probably
like-
made 6-7 million off of it.
Time zones just updated on my phone, boys. Get ready to wake up early as fuck tomorrow.
I'm sorry, what?
Or not, or fucking later. Or fucking.
It won't affect me in the least.
Oh, of course.
What happened to your time zone, dude?
I don't know. It just said on my
Daylight
phone that I got an
savings time.
update for the time zones.
Daylight saving.
Oh,
I thought that was like a couple weeks ago.
Well, I just got it, so maybe California's stolen the ball.
I was gonna say, like, I could have sworn that happened a while ago, but
It must not have worked, dude. You guys just got it. They saved like 2 weeks of daylight. Then.
I guess so. I don't fucking know.
Maybe they'll put that in the next stimulus check.
When I used to drink,
Yeah, it was the first.
vodka and orange juice.
it was vodka what?
Vodka and orange juice. When I
Oh,
used to drink.
screwdrivers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're young, that gets the job done real easy.
Hell yeah, it does. That gets everybody pregnant, dude.
Literally, it all depends on what it was I was drinking. But if I was only drinking vodka and orange juice, I could literally hold a conversation, walk perfectly straight. There was no way that you could tell I was intoxicated, no matter how much I drank. But any other hard liquor, it all depends on what it was, whether I would be puking or I would be staggering back and forth.
Rare occasion I'll drink.
And
it
then
as
I would get
banana.
violent.
I drank
I'm not a-
screwdrivers. The last time I drank them, I was 17 years old, man, and I got beat up by some old drunk dude that was like a stranger to me, and then a cop, and then I had to go to school the next day, and I was like super sick. And then my junior prom was the day after that, and I was still sick. I've never drank vodka, not once since then.
I got expelled from a high school when I was permitted to leave, do day outs from the correctional facility, youth jail I was in.
Mm.
I got expelled from the school because at lunchtime I went over to a Portuguese friend of mine, and well, you know, Portuguese are famous for their Portuguese wine, right? Well,
Apparently.
apparently
They are now.
They are now. But when I was a teenager, when they let me out to go to high school during the daytime from corrections, I went over to his house. We had lunch. I got drunk. We both got drunk on his family's wine. The next class was phys ed, which I was not able to handle.
Good night, Pastique. By the way, your rum and homemade mango syrup drink, even though I hate rum, sounds delicious, by the way. So, you know, somebody make that and drink that. That sounds great.
I'll give it a shot. Pun intended.
Yeah.
You have been prescription.
Yeah, that's some spam shit if there ever was.
What the hell is that?
I'm 99% sure that's spam.
That or it's just, yeah.
Were y'all having some like canned meat?
Exactly.
Or it's kind of hack thing.
Somebody want to try the command in chat, see what happens?
I'll give it a shot.
Oh,
Oh
jeez.
my, that's my job.
All right, baby bird. We'll see you on the other side.
Multiple people. It's like that fucking.
Guess what? Fucking nothing.
Yeah, congratulations, deleting the spam.
What happened? Everybody die?
Yeah,
Yeah.
everybody died.
We just
Everybody
temporarily
died.
turned into Stalin the minute we pressed type exclamation claim. Went to shit pretty quick.
Hell yeah.
And then they started
I want that
spamming more
sub
and
too,
more.
Devil.
So Devil found 4 U.S. Bible copies. Total price $6.66. Purchase of the booyah. Purchase of the century. Hail Satan.
Dig it.
Used. Yeah. Well, I would imagine that they weren't brand new copies for that price point, at least.
Probably.
Fresh off the printer in heaven, baby.
Let us know if they're that shitty, cheap Bible paper. Always interested.
Considering they
Feels
do
like
what?
taxi.
For $29.99, you can get this little package of water that's been prayed over, and so you will receive some.
I love
miracle.
holy water sales. Those are always the fucking best. Like, you know, that shit just came out of a tap.
I got so much holy water, dude.
20.
This last dude was selling it for $5 for $1 or 25 for $100. So I bought 25 of them.
$23.19 was shipping.
It's not a bad deal, man. Y'all very involved in the holy water market?
Aren't you supposed to put like vinegar in it or some shit?
Dude, I don't know what's in it, but it tastes like shit, dude.
Where's
the first time when I was like 11 years old, I went with a buddy of mine. I stayed the night at his house, and they like made me go to church with him the next morning. And everybody was in a line, right, to go in, and they was dipping their hand in this bowl. And I thought that they were doing the cross thing. I thought they were dipping their hand in and then licking the water. So I like got myself a fucking scoop in my palm and like glugged it, dude. And it was some of the nastiest shit I ever tasted in my life.
Hold on.
People are dipping their hands
Hey,
in shit.
I think I
Jim.
got COVID doing that.
Jim, I am pro abolish the police.
Okay, so hi, my name's Kai. Welcome to my channel. We're having a little bit of a party tonight. It's a little bit looser than sometimes it might be. Things gonna get weird here in about 20 minutes or so. Just saying. Strap in if you're gonna stick around. But Jim, welcome to my channel. Yes, I am pro defunding the police. Yes, I am pro, let's just say, abolishing most of what the police has to do, removing it from their plates. Am I against the Second Amendment? No, most leftists aren't against the Second Amendment. If you believe leftists are against the Second Amendment, chances are you've been listening to too much Fox News or OAN or Rush Limbaugh. Generally, it's neolibs and centrists and Democrats that are against the Second Amendment. These are not leftists. These are centrists. So, to recap, police bad, guns good. There you go.
There we go. And hey,
Government
Freems.
subsidized guns.
Yeah, there's
I
some.
agree, dude. The government should supply everybody with a couple.
I'm of the opinion cops shouldn't have guns and everybody else should.
Hell yeah. I'm working on that sort of thing on a small scale right now by robbing police officers.
Hi, my name is Ace. I'm a Sagittarius. I like long walks on the beach and virgin sacrifices. Hail Satan, Wakanda forever. Achoo.
Bless you.
Ace. Ace, I love you.
Everybody loves Ace. Fucking first time, I always tell this, like, I was on Podbean and I was on some like crazy anti-cop rant, just full on ACAB, right? And Ace just walks in the room, and first thing she says is, "I think I'm gonna like it here."
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like, it was just like, yep, not a fan, not a fan. Let's just put it that way. They have too much power. They get away with too much shit. Somebody needs to put them in fucking check. And
Yeah.
that's just the nature of the game.
I was about to say some TOS shit.
Yeah,
Really glad that I bit my tongue there.
Good boy.
Yeah, I was gonna say something in relation to the Second Amendment. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let's I will in honor of that, we'll put a bunch of cat ears. Yeah, Ace, I was home. And then oh, who's that? Oh, that's
you actually
Grumpy.
got that going.
And let's do. Oh yeah, let's do a few of me, Frustrated Kai. Some of the new ones, and we'll do Party Capybara with a cat ear on the end because I misclicked.
Yo, let me ask you this, man. What's your opinion on the Third Amendment? Because I'll be goddamned if a soldier sleeps in my house during peacetime. son.
Quartering. Yep.
Fuck them.
Yeah.
I won't even let dude. My cousin's in the military. He asked if he could stay over on Christmas. I said, "Eat a dick, son." 3A.
Freems. Freems, I will do a call off for you. This voice is Kai. I'm the channel host. Cat.
Hello.
That's Cat. He's a mod. Sue.
Hello.
Sue is a fellow streamer. And Curio.
Howdy.
There's Curio. So there you go. There's 4 people on the voice line right now, and those are their voices. Yep, there you go. Freems knows Sue. So there's one out of the gate that you know. Lucy.
That's cool.
Lucy says your voice makes them feel things. Curio.
Oh.
Lucy be dripping now.
I thought that went without saying.
What kind of thing? Weird stuff.
Ace, you've got to have enough channel points. You can unlock the tier 1s using channel points. So go ahead and redeem. Choose an emote to unlock.
Fucking Mitra, dude.
Jesus
I
Christ.
fucking love this.
As soon as you said that, I had the emote picker open so I couldn't see, and you said that, I'm like, it's gonna be something sexually lewd for sure. And then I closed it and saw, and of course it was confirmed.
All those feelings gonna go away when you see my face, though. Don't worry.
That's just our bro meet. We love our bro.
No, Curio, his streaming channel is called The Obscure Curio. He is not a gamer streamer.
No, sir. Thank you, sir.
There you go. There you go. There's the link and com. Everybody should go follow that.
You talk about Appalachia from a leftist perspective? Well, baby, I am a Kentucky boy. I'll come see where you're at.
Why don't, if you don't mind, Kai, can we get Freems into?
Fuck it.
I hate stacking at more than 4, to be perfectly honest.
Oh, come on.
Left
This would be
stream
great.
tonight, baby.
Great stream content. Great stream content.
USA
is
Cool
great
Boy,
stream
welcome back. I forget. Tier 1, so
You're lucky, Kai.
Oh, he can't come in yet.
You got bailed out.
fucking bailed out by mom.
Yeah.
I have to
I'll build them up.
Virginia, Mountain Mama.
Oh, fucking A, me, Trey. Check shared content. He's got
let me see this.
he's got his birthday
Oh.
present.
What do you get for
What do we
his
got? What do we got? What do we got?
I didn't describe it. Nobody say what it is. Nobody say what it is. You got to get there and look for yourself.
Ooh! Look
Fuck
at you,
yeah, dude.
motherfucker.
Me, Trey.
Nice.
Mead, I'll send you a picture of my crossbow here in a little bit.
Hop
We're
in the
gonna be the
Discord if
bow
y'all
boys.
motherfuckers want to see it.
Attaboy.
Shit.
What are these noises? Oh, shit, I got my OBS open. Thank
Ace,
you,
how do
whoever
you
hit
not have
follow
fucking
there.
access? It's a compound bow, Ace. I'll help Ace
It
out.
is a gorgeous bow.
You know what I can do? Here you go, Ace. There's the direct link. Yeah, Curio, while he may be a leftist, is don't expect a ton of politics out of his channel. He does, but not his bag.
Yeah.
It's not my main
4K.
you know, discussion topic by any means, but we'll get into it if we need to get into it. 90% of the time, no.
Usually,
I'm gonna run you out of my channel for you even like have an interest in talking about that shit with me.
usually it's precipitated by my presence.
Last time I was on Curio's channel, we spent a solid like 45 minutes talking about possum penis.
It happens.
It was true.
And I mean, Terry is a valued member of the team, and you know, what are you gonna do?
Hey, wait. That reminds me, Ace. When am I?
Have you seen
When
the
are
picture
we
guy?
gonna get you on my stream, Ace?
Yeah, Ace. Poke.
Yeah, Ace. When are we gonna get you on
Oh.
my stream?
So, okay, so everybody knows nobody.live. This fellow streamers. This is a link you need to remember. This is a URL you need to remember. Nobody.live. It parses Twitch streamers who are presently live for people who have literally no viewers. So when you want to do a raid, this is what you use. Pull this shit up, figure out who's streaming and has nobody watching them, and make their fucking day.
That's a good idea.
That is a great idea.
Hell yeah.
Actually, I look at that when I have like over 10 people when I'm streaming, and when I'm about to close off, I look and I look at the lowest streamer of number of viewers there possible, and then I rate them.
Surson, that'll be my stream.
You gotta share the love, right?
It Freems, it's cool seeing more people on Twitch politics. When I started here, there were like 10. That's because we were all the cool kids were over on Podbean learning Podbean sucks.
I used to do political streams, but now I keep that content mainly to my published podcast. But yeah, I wouldn't dare tread into the politics channel on Twitch, dude.
Can you DM me that published podcast? I don't think I've ever watched an episode yet.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, hashtag fuck Podbean. Sounds like a great idea, but there's a good reason why some of those people do not have viewers. What's the good reason? I mean, sure, they may be boring. Sure, they may not be as personable as some of the other streamers that you may or may not find on this channel at present. But, you know, it's good praxis. It's good praxis.
Yeah, it's like nothing's hurting you from directing your viewers there. At worst, they just leave and find another stream to watch.
People, USA Cool Boy, people with misshapen skulls rambling about tuna porn. I like it. Freems, I had no viewers at one point when I started. I've never had that. Like, even when I started the podcast live streaming, somebody walked in right out of the gate and changed my praxis and methodology forever. And most of us know her. She's not here right now. But yeah, I'll shout out Christina. The reason I'm doing what I do is because of Christina. She showed me I could. So she was my first convert. She's the first one to walk into a live stream. She was my first convert. She's the first one that taught me I can, my method of praxis is viable. Hey, speak of the devil and she shall appear. Right as I walk in. Yeah, fucking. Yeah. Look at that. Fucking if that is, it's a weird ass shit.
Something works in mysterious ways.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, talk about an epically timed entrance. And everyone, here is Christina.
Yeah.
Yeah, where there's a couple of good bands you could have had earlier if you wanted them.
Yeah.
My ears must have been burning.
Yeah, Ace was looking for the popcorn shares. So I'm literally just sort of, hey, the zero. I'm just toggling through some of these streamers and seeing who's not playing Call of Duty.
Are you looking for someone to raid that's not playing Call of Duty?
Yeah, basically.
Just hopefully somebody pops up eventually.
Just so many people play Call of Duty. It's fucking hilarious.
I'm gonna hop
Warzone's
off
fun
here.
as fuck.
Pinko the Bear is doing politics. I'm not too sure if he's actually doing any gaming, but it just says politics.
How many?
8 people.
All right.
Dak Cobbs has 9, and it
Fucking
just says
nuke
politics.
viewers.
I rated Dak just the other night, so we'll shuffle him to the back of the list. Pinko is great apparently.
Yeah, Pinko's pretty cool.
So then
Hey, please get a hold of me on Discord so that we can work out when we can get you back into my stream. Thank you, sweetie.
so
I'm gonna let you wrap up and get ready for mine. I'll stay in your chat to go with the raid, but I'm gonna hop on here in like a little bit, probably in the next like 20 minutes or so. So
all right, then yeah, I will I'm going to down the rest of this as soon as this ends. And then yeah,
You motherfucker.
I will see you on your stream.
come on through. I'll see you guys.
All right.
Later,
sure.
Stu. Later, Cat. Later, Ace.
be
Everybody
there.
in the chat.
Okay, Ace, we'll work that out when you're at work only. So
All right. So wait, what's Pinko's full channel?
Pinko the Bear.
Got it. Oh, I love the aesthetic. Love it. Ace hashtag final chug. You know what? Oh God, this stuff is horrible. But I like the effect. Just put it that way. Oh my God, I can smell it. It's fucking terrible. Honestly, this shit is awful. The things that the Polynesians were getting up to because they were just like, they're like, fuck it, we need something. Sobriety sucks. He's truly adorable. If you follow him, he'll go wild. All right, then, give me one. Fuck, I'm literally gonna hold my nose and chug it.
With some ghosts.
Oh my God. Worst legitimately the worst tasting stuff I can ever remember tasting. It truly.
God damn.
Oh, and there the tongue is going numb. Yes, Ace, I did it. Thank you. Honestly though, I'd love to brew an entire what is that? Bathtub hooch. It's Kava. USA cool boy. Lucy, just seeing that face, I can remember the smell. Dude, that shit, there's no way that it isn't just burned into your psyche. Like, I can imagine. Giggle Pee's not as bad as bootlicking, though. Hey, don't kink shame. Let's see. We got, where am I on my own list? There it is. Slightly better than a toilet hooch. I would... let's just say we'd have to do a side-by-side tasting. All right, so it has been weird. We had a Tanky, we had a Jake, we had you know, I got restreamed via fucking Periscope by Jake. We had a bunch of people that didn't understand anarchism. Yes, Juan Panda, you know, aka Juan. We had a bunch of people that don't understand anarchism. We had a bunch of misguided, miseducated people, as usual, as is par for the course. Would either of you, do you have Kat, Sue, anything you want to say, wrap up, yell about?
Other than love y'all, hope to see you in my next stream and talk with you all soon.
Kat?
Please, for the love of God, where are your goddamn masks? I'm over this shit already. Can we please just go back to normal? I'm sick of having to wear a bandana fucking everywhere because I got tired of buying new fucking masks.
Wear your
So
mask,
boring.
wash your fucking hands, and stay the fuck away from each other. Sir Stan, happy to help. Glad I could help. Everybody, it's been fun. I'll catch you tomorrow at 11:30 p.m. Pacific, as usual. And